There is only one horse they want here, and it is Autumn Glow. She is our $1.50 favourite, best backed runner with over 70% of the money here invested. She's our best backed runner today. In fact, she got $2.30 on.
Gangster Granny, high Dubai third, 3 wide. A length further back to the hot favourite Autumn Glow. On the inside of She's All Shenanigans. Then came in Posen from Cigar Flick, and Shahisha is the last one. So Bonita Queen under a double grip, turning the corner at the 400. Leads the way by a length and a half to Gangster Granny off the bridle, then High Dubai. McDonald gets to work on Autumn Glow. He just needs a bit of galloping room here as Gangster Granny takes the lead. Autumn Glow pushes back to the inside. High Dubai the outer. Gangster Granny a length in front. Now Autumn Glow, she's starting to open up the shoulders, and here she comes. Autumn Glow went on past Gangster Granny, and Autumn Glow remains unbeaten, 5 out of 5, beating Gangster Granny and High Dubai third. A gap to the rest. Shahisha.
Dead set jet. That's what she is, Autumn Glow. Whatever race that Chris finds for her, I'm convinced she's going to be good enough to win a Group 1. Zigged and
ready for the running of the Wing Stakes, the first Group 1 of the season, and look at the contenders taking their place in this weight for age 7 furlong event. Gringotts, a George Ryder winner.
Stina is just starting to ease a touch now, 220 out to 260. She's got about a third of the money invested on her here. Gringotts on the second line is at 5, just out from 480. Aliana is about our third best backed runner. She's been 750 into 6.
Almost out to $3 here at post time. Gates are back, they're off and racing. Aliana was last out and Via Sistina was second last out. And Robusto's ridden for Derby Racing. Derby looking for their second win in this race, out by 2 lengths. Lindemann in second, and Full Count Felicia didn't have a pop for the lead. Happy to be in a trailing position third. Then War Eternal from Arapaho. Gringotts and Light Infantryman Keynes going forward out off the track. Further back to Diamond Diesel. Via Sistina's back in the field. Chaya Wolf is going forward. Lost a length at that point, and Aliana's hugging the rails as they come up to the home turn. Robusto's coming wide. Lindemann right up the inside. Lindemann hard fence, Robusto in the middle of the track. Now Via Sistina's got the big gap, and here she comes. Down the outside is Gringotts, and further back to Arapaho making ground. Via Sistina raced up now. Hits the lead. Aliana's racing home well on the inside. Via Sistina in front from Aliana. Via's got to dig. Via and neck in front. Aliana's driving, but Via Sistina goes back to back in the Wing Stakes. Won it by a neck to Aliana. Arapaho a cracking third. Then came Chaya Wolf. Further back to Gringotts. Then War Eternal, Lindemann.
A champion. It's as simple as that. She is a champion. If you ever needed a full stop on it, you got it today. Via Sistina with everything against her. 1,400 metres is short of her best trip. Heavy track's a huge query. She was back near last. She's steered by a genius who made his way through. She
He just rode her like the best horse in the race. He saved ground. Aliana was excellent. We know she'll improve through the prep. Arapaho, tick. The big tick, though, has to be Chairwolf. Oh. He covered a lot of ground. I'd love to know his section.
Group 1, it is the Memsie down at Caulfield, the first Victorian Group 1 of the season over the 14.
On it, so there's a tick. It is an unbelievable Memsie Stakes. It's clearly the best we've seen since it became a Group 1 in 2013.
Into the Memsie Stakes. Where to look? Another Will. Been pretty firm, this galloper. Got a very good record, of course. Last 3 times at 1,400 metres has been able to get the job done, including Group 1 level. Fangirl, push for her. Treasure the Moment, another one where the market has kept her nice and safe. The 3-year-old filly, now a 4-year-old mare up against the superstar, $6 Antino's.
Oh, he's been scratched. Wow, oh, Tom Kitten been scratched as we head to the Group 1 Memsie Stakes now.
Was last. Pinstriped, 800 metres to go with a clear lead, looking to go back to back. A length and 3/4 here to Shock, and they're 3 lengths, Mr. Brightside. Further back in the field, another Will. Antino's getting going. Treasure the Moment next the rail, 7 off the lead. From Is It Me, Fangirl second last, Buckaroo at the end. Pinstripe the leader, 450 metres to go. 2 lengths in front of Here to Shock, who's trying to chase hard. Then came Mr. Brightside, Treasure the Moment, the insiders making up ground, followed by Another Will up the middle from Antino and Fangirl. Here to shock up the pinstripe, but Treasure the Moment got the split at the 250. Mr. Brightside's trying to hunt her down, then Antino. Treasure the Moment, 150 metres to go, is 2 lengths in front of Mr. Brightside. The new Group 1 kid on the block, she's a star. Treasure the Moment from Mr. Brightside. Buckaroo, what a return third. Brightside, Treasure the Moment, the insiders making up ground, followed by Another Will up the middle from Antino and Fangirl. Here to shock up the pinstripe, but Treasure the Moment got the split at the 250. Mr. Brightside's trying to hunt her down, then Antino. Treasure the Moment, 150 metres to go, is 2 lengths in front of Mr. Brightside. The new Group 1 kid on the block, she's a star. Treasure the Moment from Mr. Brightside. Buckaroo, what a return third. Then Fangirl, Antino, Another Will. A gap in the field then to Here to shock.
She is something special. That's her 4th Group 1. That's Matt Laurie's 7th. Damien Lane's 43rd Group 1. From an inside gate, they were just able to bide their time. There looked to be a few in front of...
She's a weight for age Group 1 winner at 4 years old now, which makes her an absolute star. She's 9 wins in a row. The only horse you want, these new season 4-year-old mares that are just elite. They are scarily good, and she hits it.
And the ease of the victory just had to be seen to be believed today. 2.5 lengths she's beaten this field by. Great run.
Boy, did she what?
Yeah, you're not quite sure how they're going to make that transition from 3 to 4. It's not an easy one. A lot of them don't do it, but you know she's got it. She's just a winner. I mean, she's a picket fence she put together last prep, and I mean she's so versatile. She can put herself in a great position. Damien Lane's obviously got a lot of confidence in her, and they really click together and just had
his mind after the race, and that's the Cox Plate. Doesn't it just set up beautifully if we get all these good horses, and they're all female at the moment too, with Via, Aliana, Treasure the Moment, all landing in the Cox Plate, Ollie.
You'd like to see the best take on the best, and, you know, with the Sydney and Melbourne Carnival sort of competing with another, we've often seen them go different paths, but hopefully we get to see them race against each other this year, and her win in the Caulfield Cup as well, you know, so the weights aren't out yet.
Do you think she's better suited in a Caulfield Cup or a Cox Plate?
To me, she looks quite brilliant. You know, I think that mile to 2,000 looks a great distance for her, but she's...
Up now, Richo, with the Chautauqua Stakes, and Angel Capital cannot wait to see the return of this guy in the Yulong colours, and he's getting in nice and short now as well. There's some late money coming through for him. He's into $2.05, so closing in on even money. All of the smart money...
1,200 in front, a length and a half. Compelling Truth, Zoo Sensation 3 deep. A length away, Danny Sandasi. Miraval Rose, 5th offence. 2 further back, the Pendragon at Angel Capital. Snookered on the rails. Red Hot Nick, 500 metres to go by a length and a quarter. Compelling Truth 2nd. Zoo Sensation now. Just given a bit of a squeeze and gets closer from Miraval Rose. Angel Capital's tracking Zoo Sensation into the race and is about to peel 4 deep around the corner. 200 to go. Red Hot Nick joined by Zoo Sensation, but here's Angel Capital now, moves up, makes a line of 5 and runs on by at the 100. Angel Capital puts up 2 legs, 3 legs. He looked a picture, he's too good. Angel Capital bolts in. Compelling Truth or Miraval Rose for 2nd, then Red Hot Nick, Zoo Sensation, the Pendragon and Danny Darcy.
He's a proper horse. We thought that. He's starting to showcase it now. And that was a...
The mile before, he's a Group 2 winner over the 7 furlongs. Or do they try and keep the...
Ago, and that was the most impressive we've seen him. He looked like the boy had become a man yesterday, Shark.
He did, didn't he, in the yard? And I think there was a lot of curiosity around how...
Edge good. There's plenty of variety. It's the geldings versus the fillies and the mares in the 2025 Moya. And you're siding with the mare.
They're zeroing in on Skybird. She won the Lightning first up, last preparation at Group 1 level, and she's now 550 each.
Further back is Sir Sway Deeper, Skybird. Next on the fence, La Dorada, well back. And they were followed by Payline and 2 lengths to Oak Hill. 500 to go. Midwest and Escher together by a length. Alabama Lass, Arabian Summer. They were followed by Golden Boom Deeper, a length and a quarter. Sir Sway, Q-Man, Barrackeel. Then Rothfire, Neon, well back as Skybird. The inside has a lot to offer though. Then Payline, La Dorada, and also Oak Hill. Escher went to the front. Alabama Lass on the outside, immediately up to it. Arabian Summer back to the fence, and then came Barrackeel. Alabama Lass, 100 metres to go, strikes the front. Barrackeel bursting through, and Barrackeel got the split at 1 from Alabama Lass, and also on the Oak Hill. Escher went to the front. Alabama Lass on the outside, immediately up to it. Arabian Summer back to the fence, and then came Barrakiel. Alabama Lass, 100 metres to go, strikes the front. Barrakiel bursting through, and Barrakiel got the split at one from Alabama Lass, and also on the inside, Arabian Summer. They were followed next to finish by Golden Boom and Oak Hill. Next to finish Skybird and Rothfire, followed by, well, for Bennett Racing, they'll go ballistic here, the connections.
A racing fairy tale. Barrakiel, there were doubts that he'd ever get to the track. Well, he's got to the valley and made it his own. He is 4 from 4 here now. Nathan Bennett and his syndication business take their owners on yet another odyssey that takes them all the way to Group 1 glory. The Act for a tilt at a Manikato. Well, they've got their Group 1 here in the Moir in the most barge and charge fashion, and Ben Allen adds victory in an Oakley. The biggest odyssey, the biggest fairy tale in many respects, the biggest achievement.
100%, Nige. It's amazing. And to do it with him, it's very special. Very special.
About the times.
And what have you done to actually get him to be a Group 1 winner?
Yeah, he's quite injury prone. He kicked out as a young horse and he got a hole in his hind tendon. So he didn't actually strain it. He actually got a hole in it, and we had to wait for that to repair. So that took forever to repair. And then he's done a suspensory ligament before, which we also had to wait to repair. The rehab that's gone into the horse has been astronomical, but
a bit of a typhoon or in the rainy season at the moment too, so there's plenty of wild weather. Really extraordinary. But, yeah, can't wait to see Ka Ying Rising. Probably this race, one of the more interesting events that we get to see.
4 and 11.
1, 3, 4 and 11. As you can see, the rain is falling. We've had just under 14 mils of rain here at Sha Tin since 9 a.m. So
Play. Bottom up together's now taken over to lead Ka Ying Rising, who sits 3/4 to his outside. A length away third, Harmony and Bless from Beauty Wave, sneaking past him on the rail. 1 length away, Victor the winner. Then came co-partner Prance, Lucky Swainess, Raging Blizzard. Next to turn is Gorgeous Win. Bottom up together, 3/4 over Ka Ying Rising. They've cleared out 3 lengths to Beauty Waves, and then came Lucky Swainess. The rain shaken at the world's best sprinter, and Ka Ying Rising, he put 2 lengths on bottom up together. Then Lucky Swainess and Beauty Waves, but it's Ka Ying Rising well clear. It's an easy trek to base camp. Now to climb Everest. Ka Ying Rising beat home Lucky Swainess, Devano and Gorgeous Win. Then came bottom up to 1 and 1. Ka Ying Rising, Zach Purton and David Hayes. He's down. He's done it easily. Lucky Swain.
Putting Denman, Hallowed Crown, Excelsior, Astern and Bivouac. So a good Godolphin theme
race. There's been good support for the first 4 in the market, and a good go as well for Tempted, who we saw up on the toe. She can do that. She did that as well last preparation. So it can be in her to be a bit buzzy in the yard. Raging Force, our easing.
Raging Force shooting for 5 in a row. Has the lead all on his own. 2 lengths clear from Bivark. Then Prestar third the rails. A length and a half North England. Skyhook the inner. 2 off 2 Tempted from Rivellino State Visit. Wotan trying to improve its position as they come around the turn. Raging Force in front of Bivark, the length between the pair. Then Prestar from North England. Tempted gets her chance, and then Skyhook being roused along on the inside. Raging Force being tackled and headed by Bivark, and Bivark put the head in front from Raging Force, is fighting on Dowley. 2 lengths away to Tempted. Here comes the filly. She's starting to knuckle down, and Tempted went straight on by, and Tempted roars away. It's another Godolphin success in the run to the Rose. Tempted beat Bivark by 2 lengths. Skyhook got up for third. Wotan fourth. Further back to State.
I tell you what, that is an achievement for Godolphin. Another winner in the Run to the Rose. They have now won the last 5 editions of the Run to the Rose. Tempted was
Sydney now, and Chuck, they're the best ones in Melbourne. Is this just the best one, full stop? Tempted. Kieran Maher, good to see Ethan Brown going up there and riding a couple of winners. He said post-race, I spoke to Ethan and said, you're going to enjoy this one, old boy. He knew what was coming. Look at that turn of foot for Tempted.
And did it off 1 trial, you know, and a little jump out at Bong Bong. And that's what she's done to them there first up. Opened the field up, brilliant turn of foot. I think she's the premier 3-year-old sprinter. They're talking Everest.
Would you go? to an Everest? Godolphin's got a slot.
You've got a slot, yes, and I get it. She's a Godolphin-owned horse. I understand that. But Ka Ying Rising, older sprinters, she's very good, but does that take the jam out of the donut for a Coolmore where you could go against an average group of 3-year-old males, Lucy, and if you're the...
To beat. She's the 4-year-old mare who's unbeaten today. Kira McAvoy taking the ride today.
Our best backed runner on the card comes up here, Autumn Glow, with 75% of the money, $1.35 favourite as expected. She's short and warranted. She opened $1.80, so she has been...
Rencap sees them all. So the long shot, Espionage, a 2-length leader on the bend. General Salute's got a length in front of the favourite, Autumn Glow, just being niggled a little bit by McAvoy and starting to pick up the bridle as they turn. Espionage at the 400. Soon to be joined by Autumn Glow. General Salute between runners running a big race. Clear then from Peer running on. Autumn Glow's given the cue now, and the mare starting to open up. Autumn Glow raced a length and a half clear from General Salute, and Peer's running on, but Autumn Glow protecting her unbeaten record, and this magic mare makes it 6 out of 6. Autumn Glow, a big win in the Theo Marks. General Salute held down second all the way down the straight, and Peer finished third, followed by Espionage.
She is a special mare. John Massara hugging family and friends as to what they've got on their hands. Her undefeated record stays intact. She's 6 from 6. She didn't lead. Efficient, and she...
Horse in Australia. Now, I know she hasn't won a Group 1. She hasn't even run in a Group 1. But how exciting is she? 6 from 6, and the ease of the way that she wins. What does Chris Waller do? Because you could take her anywhere.
Well, you go to an Epsom. I think it's a lock-stock plan for that. They've kept her in a grade where...
Best milers in Australia are taking their place. Tom Kitten, Eliana, Via Sistina, Mr. Brightside, 9-time Group 1 winner, and Tino, the Queenslander, and not forgetting...
It's Via Sistina, the champ at the top of the market. She's been really solid as well, $1.90, $1.80, into $1.75, now back to $1.80. The late money coming for the one, Mr. Brightside, who's been $5 into $4.80, and Eliana, we put up $3.90, got out to $6, now is just firming back into $4.80. Doesn't.
So Mr. Brightside saunters along in front with over 1,000 metres to go. It's absolutely walking in the lead from Mark Twain, a length and a... So 850 metres to go. They have walked. Mr. Brightside is the leader. An intriguing contest now from Mark Twain. Via Sistina hooks 3 wide now. Eliana behind the leader on the rails. Antino's 3 off the lead, and Tom Kitten last of the 6. It's going to be a dash home in the Maccabi Diva. Mr. Brightside, who's won the previous 2, comes around the corner at the 500 metres. A length and a half, Mark Twain, Eliana. Via Sistina up the middle of the course, then Tom Kitten, and behind them Antino in a dash to the line. 300 to go, and Mr. Brightside's 2 lengths in front of Eliana Via Sistina. Antino, the widest, is winding up. Still Mr. Brightside with 150 metres to go. A good buffer. Mr. Brightside is 2 lengths in front. It's going to be a famous hat trick. 3 Maccabi Divas for Mr. Brightside. Second Eliana, third Via Sistina, fourth Antino, Mark Twain, Tom Kitten at the back.
Wowee, Mr. Brightside. 3 Maccabi Divas. That was a masterful ride from Craig Williams. This mounting yard is a remarkable horse. 10 Group 1 victories, 3 Maccabi Divas, and trained by 3 young men.
Doesn't get to Young Grace, but take a look at that prize money. It's just extraordinary. You look at Winks, I mean, 25 Group 1s, Bella Nipotina and Everest at 8.
What a star he is. And again, Craig Williams, he had the race run to suit. I know there'll be maybe a few jockeys waking up. Lucy, you know one very well, Blake Shinn. I think a lot of people were waiting for Blake to make that mid-race move that we've been accustomed to in Antino's career, and maybe
with him about it, but he just said to me after, when we got home, that he rode the horse exactly how he planned to and how he wanted to, and as he
has put this up 30 below standard to the 800-metre mark. There was no way they could beat Mr. Brightside the way the race was won. A bit of fallout from the jockeys too. Damien.
Chris Waller. Underwood Stakes in years gone by. Could it be the day for Cliffy Brown and Sepples, who has been outstanding right down the bottom of the weights? Or what about Sir Delius for Gay as he pots a...
So good support for those on the outside as well. But Sir Delia's here, good specking. And good specking for a move, only $2.50 into $2.15. We're holding a fair amount of cash that would probably suggest a better price than that. So still getting a good price on the $2.15 according to the back end.
Last of all, 900 metres to go. Smoke and Romans is the leader by 2 lengths and tries to extend that lead from Golden Path. They were followed by Desert Lightning, who's up on the steel at the 800 metres. They're 2 lengths, Sir Delius, followed by Moira. 3 further back is Anna Set and Middle Earth, and then came Buckaroo about to get going from Zardozi, Land Legend, and at the end Casino 17. So it's Smoke and Romans looking for some company now as they reach the 450 a length Golden Path. Desert Lightning's the first to chime in 3 wide. Sir Delius on its back around the corner. Moira's hit a dead end, and Buckaroo is starting to loop them around the turn at the 300. Desert Lightning, Golden Path together. Here's Buckaroo on the outside, and Sir Delius trying to come on. Buckaroo at the 200 metres goes to the front from Golden Path. Sir Delius. Buckaroo from Golden Path. Sir Delius lifting. Buckaroo just in front. Sir Delius wears it down, and it's Sir Delius. Sir Delius has just won from Buckaroo, Golden Path together. Here's Buckaroo on the outside, and Sir Delius trying to come on. Buckaroo at the 200 metres goes to the front from Golden Path. Sir Delius. Buckaroo from Golden Path. Sir Delius lifting. Buckaroo just in front. Sir Delius wears it down, and it's Sir Delius. Sir Delius has just won from Buckaroo, Golden Path. They were followed by a photo for 4th, Moira Zardozi, then Desert Light.
He looked gone for all money on the corner. He was as lost as anything, but he's found and found again. When Buckaroo's headed him in the straight, he has picked up another length. This is a really good horse, isn't he, Katie?
He's a beauty, isn't he? He looked like Buckaroo.
And what we come here to see, he was under pressure there, turning in as a bold move from Blake Shin. Tried to get first run on him, and he did. Yet Sir Delius just dug in for the fight, responded well.
Best when he's held up for the late run, and Sir Delius looked gone here, but he really knuckled down and found under pressure and just worried Buckaroo out of it late.
Gay's made a few comparisons to Fioronte. You won the Melbourne Cup on Fioronte. I know you haven't sat on Sir Delius, but can you see that type of comparison?
Can see that he's sort of that classy weight for age type of horse. Fioronte put a bit of weight.
Very exciting prospect. He's always shown...
Apples, and he's rock solid at $3.50. This is a good go. Geez, we're holding nearly 3 times as much money on Angel Capital than we are on Seppel's second elect, so it's a good go, Angel Capital. Race 8, number 9 to win the Sir Rupert Clarke. Now, Damien's
last. Zarastro the leader, 850 out by a half length. Seeples, who got across, a length and a half. Arkansas Kid box seating, and then came Jenny Lala. Another Will is facing the breeze. It's 5th, 3 wide. Then came Pinstripe, Portlock Roy. Further back, Zoo Sensation. Sensation here to shock for Roche. A length and a quarter, Is It Me? Damask Rose, Angel Capital. Miss Roombini is second last, and at the end is Chaunton Lane. So it's Zarastro being nosed by Seeples around the home corner. 400 metres to go. It's Seeples and Zarastro. Arkansas Kids edging off the fence behind them from Jenny Lala. Then Pinstripe, Zoo Sensation for Roche behind them. Seeples went for home. 200 metres to go. It's about a length and a quarter. Arkansas Kid, Pinstripe behind them. Then Miss Roombini. It's Seeples. 50 metres to go from Miss Roombini. Seeples! Craig Williams owns this race. He's won it 8 times. From Miss Roombini, a photo third for Roche, or Angel Capital, who's jumped out of the ground. Pinstripe behind them. Zoo Sensation. Jenny Lala here to shock.
Craig Williams has won 8 of the past 21 Rupert Clarkes. He is without peer here, and he's collected the Group 1 double. As for the first time in 8 years, the Underwood and the Rupert Clarke have found themselves on the same
course. But a lot of discussion post-race, not just about the ride of Craig Williams on the winner, but the ride of Damien Lane on Angel Capital, who I think it's fair to say, if he'd seen daylight a little earlier, should have blown them away. Now, Ollie, I want...
Damien Lane, Angel Capital.
Pilot had a nightmare.
Mick D.
Probably win the race. I think his form does win the race. I think his form does read better on wet tracks, but nonetheless he'll get his opportunity to figure again here. And
about 245, the favourite, clearly the best back. Massive liability on the Sportsbet books here. and trying to get into a Caulfield Cup. Is Half Yours, the heavily backed favourite, race 9, number 17. Outside of the...
Braden Star being tested by Future History up the side. They're 2 lengths River of Stars. Barclay Square in 4th place deeper. Then the Doctor of Love. Half Yours next on the inside. Just snookered at the moment. Followed by Statuario making up ground from Gran Piero. Berkshire Breeze going backwards. Herman Hess with Interpretation. Torrenzino, Mr. Wolfgang, Mark Twain, Earl of Tyrone and Asterisk. So Braden Star and Future History come up to the corner at the 400 metres from Barclay Square. River of Stars behind them still had a bit to offer, and Half Yours on the inside is tracking through along the rails. Braden Star went for home at the 250, but Half Yours has got out now and claims it from Statuario battling on. Then Gran Piero. It's Half Yours at the 100 metres, has raced away. 2 lengths in front and it's over. Half Yours spears away and the favourite wins it by over 3. Berkshire Breeze second, Photo third, Gran Piero or Statuario in a head bobber. Back behind them Braden Star and then Barclay Square Interpretation.
Hugs for father and son, Calvin and Tony McAvoy. They've got Half Yours now with a guaranteed berth in the 2025 Caulfield Cup. He's got 51 kilos as it stands. He's got 50 in a Metropolitan if they want to go that way in a fortnight's time and then chance.
Yeah, some ride, some win. That was an unbelievably impressive performance. It's been good on the...
Behind the lead.
And with the weight, I assume Jamie has locked herself in for the Caulfield Cup ride?
Yeah, look, she's very keen to stick with him, and we'll just have to see what they do from a penalty point of view. I know.
What do you think he should get?
0. 4 of the last 6 winners of the Naturalism haven't been penalised, Michael, so just going off history, he might get in with nothing.
Gee, I don't think we've seen a Naturalism winner this impressive, though, Ollie, in recent years. What would you give him if you were the handicapper for that win, Ollie?
Well, I think he probably deserves a little bit, but I don't think it's going to bother him anyway.
No.
If you get a penalty, it shows that you're going well. I mean, he's a fast stayer. He's now shown he can take up a position. He's got versatility, so he can ride him forward or back. And I love the way he accelerated through the gap there and through the line there. He looks really good.
It was funny, I had a chat today.
I think he will run 2 mile. Ash Morgan's done a lot with this horse up, and going through his pedigree, there's a lot of stoutness there. There's a couple of jumpers in there as well. So his father won a Auckland Gold Cup, so I've got no problems about the Melbourne Cup distance. But whether it's this year or next year, I don't know.
Well.
Halley for Brad Widdup, and then Apocalyptic. She was dynamite first up over the 1,200 metres for Michael Friedman. So everyone's stepping up.
But Tupacara is the one the punters want from the better draw. So $3.60 into $2.50. Apocalyptic $3.60 into $3 within the law.
Followed then by Next Gen tucked away on the rails, and Apocalyptic is creeping closer out wide without any cover. Then came Open Secret, Enviable on the rails, Karinska deeper out within the law. For the back, Artistic Venture and Queen of Clubs here's last of all. Coming to the home turn, Ku Jenga and Autumn Blonde. Tupacara 3 out in third, followed by Next Gen, Open Secret. Apocalyptic is next as they straighten up. And racing to the front, Autumn Blonde with Tupacara being cuddled the outside. Now Apocalyptic chiming in. And Apocalyptic and Tupacara, the 2 favourites, race to the front of the 200 metres. 2 lengths away then to Artistic Venture. Karinska within the law the outside, but Apocalyptic's broken clear. And Apocalyptic goes on to win the T-Rose. Artistic Venture second, Tupacara third. Queen of Clubs rattling home. Then came...
She is an incredible talent. After breaking her maiden last start in a stakes race, she's backed it up with a brilliant performance over the 1,400 metres. Tommy Barry...
T-Rose, and gee, Ollie, this is a very smart filly. Apocalyptic in the My Racehorse colours, having just its 3rd race start, was absolutely dominant.
She was. 3 wide, no cover the trip, and she just blew them away there late with an extended margin, and hard to see making an excuse for the ones behind her, and she looks to have them covered.
Yeah, look...
Every time she goes around, she's met with really good support. She's the only mare in the field. That hasn't stopped the punters. $1.90 favourite, just out to $2 as I touch on that. Wolf, pretty solid there on the second line. $4 second favourite. Lindemann, $5.50. Of course, the stablemate.
So Lindemann rolling in the lead, looking for back-to-back wins. Quickens the tempo. 1.5 lengths to Private Eye. Then Militarise on the outside of Wolf. Now McDonald looking to ease off a little bit here here on Fangirl, coming one wide. Light Infantry man up on the outside as they straighten up now. Lindemann opens up by 2 now on Private Eye and Wolf. And Fangirl is coming off heels. Lindemann at the 250, a length and a half clear from Private Eye and Fangirl. Wolf back on the inside. Lindemann leads at the 150, but Fangirl's going after him now. It's Lindemann a half in front, a neck in front. Fangirl lunges the outside. It's very close. Fangirl diving at Lindemann, nothing in it. Wolf third in front of Private Eye, then Kovalika, Light Infantry man, militarised.
Because though she's back, even as she is denied victory.
Yeah, what a finish. Wow, it could even be a dead heat.
Oh, she's got up. She's got up. Fangirl has got up. I see you switch quickly, Katie McDonald.
I tell you what, Nash knew how to get her beat and he rolled along at a good, solid tempo. But the thing is,
Yeah, the two worst ways today, Emma, were Fangirl and potentially Private Harry, and we know how the first leg of that ended. Punters love Private Harry, the unbeaten sprinter, a $2.10 favourite. Did get into a short as $2, but with a bit of late money for Briasa, just back out to $2.10. So Briasa $3 into $3.30 in the past 5 minutes or so. Jolie Star pretty firm as a $5.50 chance. She'll settle behind.
All wide position at the rear. Marzu showed great speed from the outside, lead by 3 on the favourite Private Harry. Then came Ostraka, compelling troop. Briasa slicing through the middle. Jolly Star's been wide. Further back to Dragonstone, Generosity and Jetterbill. Marzu swings with a good lead. Marzu by 3. Now Private Harry's being roused up, giving chase. So's Briasa and Jolly Star down the outside. Briasa moved down the centre of the track to hit the lead. Jolly Star's making a race of it. It's Briasa and Jolly Star fighting it out. Jolly Star goes to Briasa. Oh, she's covered so much ground. She's different class, Jolly Star. Won the shorts by a length and a quarter, Briasa. Generosity charging home for third from Marzu. Then Private Harry, who couldn't pick up. Further back to
Wowee, she's back in big style, Jolie Star. What a performance. She covered so much extra ground. She was able to boom at the end of the 1,100 metres, and Briasa was also on this win.
She has come back, trialling like a bomb, held together, 3, 4 wide, 5 wide, no trouble today. She just picked them up like it was nothing. So this is one horse that might make things interesting. On the other hand, maybe
she was able to do last year. The Valley roared unbelievably.
It was so good.
It was just incredible.
They'll do the same tonight because at some stage of the race, Ollie, she is going to be putting the pedal to the metal, saying, come and catch me if you can.
Races in the past, but this is the horse I think she has to beat, and Treasure the Moment is her name for Matt Laurie and Mark Zahn.
Moment now, $1.50. Late interest again for Pride of Jenny into $3.40. Tom Kitten 7, then Cricket School.
Last of all, 900 metres to go. The leader is Pride of Jenny, looking to be the 6th multiple winner of the race and extends the margin to 5 lengths. Pride of Jenny and the crowd responded at the 800 metres. She's out clear the 8-year-old by 5 lengths. Treasure the Moment second. 3 further back is Alan Kerr. They were followed by Attrition, Flying Valley, and Tom Kitten would be 15 off the leader, Pride of Jenny, who reaches the 500 metres, still 5 lengths in front. They were followed by Treasure the Moment, about to push the button, and they're 5 lengths. Alan Kerr, Attrition, Flying Valley, and Tom Kitten is trying to soul into the race. Pride of Jenny is the leader. 300 metres to go. Came around the corner. 2.5 lengths in front. Treasure the Moment full board chasing her. It's Pride of Jenny into the straight at the 150. Looking to go back to back. Treasure the Moment chasing. 4 years between them and 2 lengths between them. And Pride of Jenny back with a bang. What a win! Pride of Jenny from Treasure the Moment. Third, Pride of Jenny is the leader. 300 metres to go. Came around the corner. 2.5 lengths in front. Treasure the Moment full board chasing her. It's Pride of Jenny into the straight at the 150. Looking to go back to back. Treasure the Moment chasing. 4 years between them and 2 lengths between them. And Pride of Jenny back with a bang. What a win! Pride of Jenny from Treasure the Moment. Third, Attrition, Tom Kitten, Flying Valley. Last was Alan Kerr.
What about that? Pride of Jenny winds back the clock. Puts all the doubters, says, shush, be quiet. Ollie, that was something special. What a moment for horse racing with her
just leading all something special.
She loves the track and distance. She took a while to get there, didn't she, from the front early and pretty moderate first, sort of 400 to 600. But then you'd see Declan start to ramp it up once he got around that second bend. And even though Treasure of the Moment was travelling well, she probably hasn't been taken off the bridle that far from home before and took her out of her comfort zone.
Oh, it was just an amazing effort. Well, for of course, what a ride from Declan. He's had a great association with this horse and he got it.
Special, she's a marvel.
She actually, I was just saying to Tony, she actually just amazes me. You know, to do what she can do. I know Treasure of the Moment's such an elite horse, and you know, she can test the best of them on, and.
At the moment had the nice sit on her. She was coming off that little bit of a setback of a colic attack, so I suppose only the future will tell how much of a role that's going to play. But she had a chance to get her, and Jenny, as she's shown, when she can dictate a race like that, especially at the Valley, she's hard to get past.
What would Mark Zahra...
Incredible winners of the Golden Rose in the past, and you can see the golden ticket to a life at stud. 12 of the last 13 Golden Rose winners are active at stud. Zoustar Rose is a stud maker. A number of these horses would want to be winning as a 3-year-old to make sure they cement their career later on. Millions and millions of dollars is in play today, and that filly...
Best-backed runner today is Tempted, and she is lay of the day. So she's got 45% of the money. Best-backed runner on the card, and our traders are taking her on. Brave, $2.80 out to $3. Autumn Boy on the second line has been $4.60 into $4.20. Our second best to $7. $9 solid there for Bivac. Nepotism 16 to 21. 60s at 20.
The field will Bivac. Adam Hieronymus went to the front here, out by a length and a half on 60s, and Skyhook goes to third. They're followed then by Wotan, Tempted, and Autumn Boys off the track. Further back then to Nepotism from State Visit, and Rivellino on the fences. Last of all, it's a bunch field here in the Golden Rose, and Bivac heads them up. From Skyhook second, 60s back in third, followed by Wotan. The favourite Tempted, 3 wide in the white cap. Deeper out as Autumn Boy. Then came further back to Nepotism, Rivellino and State Visitor into the straight, and Bivac extends the lead by 2 lengths on Skyhook. Wotan pushing through on the rails. Further back to Tempted. The fillies 4 lengths off the lead. Bivac for Godolphin leads inside the 200 by 3 lengths on Tempted. Wotan, and then came Skyhook. Nothing making any ground. Bivac up on the speed is going to bring them here in the Golden Rose. What a performance. Bivac by 4 lengths. Second Wotan, a nose in front of Tempted, followed by Skyhook. Further back to Rivellino, 60s, Autumn.
Number 5 for Adam Hieronymus, Group 1 performances. He's taken out the Golden Rose. A masterful ride. 182 Group 1 winners for Chris.
Yesterday. It was won by a Godolphin horse, Ollie, but perhaps not the Godolphin horse we all thought might have been winning the race. We can see Tempted in the white hat storming down the middle of the track, but Bivac was off and gone.
He was. He really controlled the race from the front. Ethan Brown did a great job to manoeuvre himself into a good position from a tricky gate, but Bivac really controlled the race from the front and was able to sprint away and just dominated the race.
What do we make?
Put any doubts that she had any stamina problems to bed and any problems against this opposition, and it's set weights again today, so it's obvious that it's just too difficult.
Well, she's $1.75 at this stage, Bruce. Absolutely one-way traffic as expected. She has 65% of the money invested on her. The only other one that they've spec'd is Within the Law with about 20%. She went up 7s this morning. She's now into 550.
Others of the field. Reflex shows the way, and Berry's got the hot favourite up running second, Apocalyptic, followed by Artistic Venture, plonked in third on the inside of the last 2. So Reflex leads at the 650 by 3/4 to the hot favourite, Apocalyptic, shooting for 3 out of 3 this preparation. Artistic Venture leaders back third. Within the Law very well positioned and just starting a run before the turn. Karinska's further back into the straight now, and Reflect in front. Berry's waiting and waiting here in Apocalyptic. Within the Law 2 lengths away. Then came Artistic Venture, and Karinska's running home well. He popped the question now to Apocalyptic, and Berry said, let's go, girl. Karinska and Within the Law doing the chasing. Apocalyptic 2 lengths clear from Karinska. Karinska going to second. Apocalyptic's clear. Oh, she's a weapon of mass destruction. And Apocalyptic blew them away in the flight stakes, beating within the Lauren Karinska a half head away third. A big...
I think Katie and James, the most telling side of the whole race was when Tommy had a big, long look over his left shoulder as they came up the rise.
Oh, yeah, you know you've got plenty of horse when you have the cheeky look over your shoulder, James. She is sensational. It was a great ride from Tommy Berry. He used the leader of...
She is some filly. Short price favourite, and the punters never had a moment's worry. I thought the ride was great too. Take any bad luck out of the equation, put the best...
And she's beaten up on those fillies in every start so far this campaign. 1,200, 1,400, 1,600. And where's the ceiling with her? Like, she only had one start in Melbourne. She's high in the markets and a clear favourite now for 1,000 guineas, which is understandably. And we're the 1,000 guineas months after the Flight Stakes, but now being 2 weeks after the Flight Stakes, you'd think there's the right opportunity to do so if connections want to.
Yeah, I agree.
Come from the outside draw and win. What does the speed map tell us, Katie?
I think she'll roll forward. I think she'll be looking to be outside the leader. I think that leader probably be fully lit. I think that will definitely roll across.
He's unbeaten, and that says it all. Already Chris Waller's had a phenomenal day. Has tested the best milers in the land now for more than 150.
Well, Bruce, she's $1.75, so we took a big hit there with Apocalyptic and Briasa, so the multis rolling into her. They've reeled her from $1.90 into $1.75. She does have 65% of the overall money invested on her. Pericles is on the second line. Pericles is on the second line at 8, has stayed relatively solid. Similar story with Chaya Wolf at 10. Pierre has been 13 into...
One fully lit leads as expected, and Karen McAvoy's got across on the hot favourite Autumn Glow. She's up running a beautiful second early, followed by El Costello. Half the outside to Pierre. Depth of characters pulling hard, moving up 3 wide now. Followed by Verona Rose. Pericles in the middle of the pack. Yellow Brick the outside. Swift Falcon poking through on the rails. Then came Chaya Wolf from NCAP, and Lord Penman's last about 8 off the front runner, which is fully lit at the 600 metres. McAvoy's nudging away at the mare Autumn Glow. Pierre's pulling out, followed by El Costello. So fully lit's giving them something to chase. Autumn Glow 2 lengths away, given a real wind-up. Then El Costello, Pierre and Pericles working into the clear. Fully lit at the 300, a narrow leader. Autumn Glow responding to pressure, and the mare hits the lead with Pericles into the clear. Autumn Glow gets a length and a half clear, and Autumn Glow remains unbeaten. She was born a winner. She's the real deal. Autumn Glow goes on to win her 7th race from as many starts, beating Fully Lit and Pericles. Swift Falcon rattling home again. Further back to Pierre, Verona Rose.
She's 7 for 7, and what was so telling there, Katie and James, she was off the bridle before the home turn. We know she can idle up to them, but what she showed today, she's got the intestinal fortitude to go with all that ability.
She's got everything.
Amazing horse. I mean, she might not have come from last, but that was like watching Zenyatta. I mean, she off the bit, using that big action that you talked about before the race.
Like she hit that flat spot.
Now let's have a look at the Epsom. This is a horse they're calling Baby Winks, the first horse in 160 years to have won the Epsom and remain undefeated. I don't think it was a stellar Epsom, but the upside for Autumn Glow is what is so exciting. She hits that little flat spot, Ollie, but then she gets so strong once she gets into a rhythm.
Well, this is a moderately run race as well, and she was able to sit outside the lead from a wide gate, a good controlling position. I'm not sure what time they sort of ran there, but I've got a feeling when it's a slowly run race like that and they do quicken off the bend, you know, that horses can hit that sort of flat spot. But she was sort of dominant in the end, but won the way you want a short price favourite to win when they're in that position.
Golden Eagle just looks perfect for her 4-year-old mare. She doesn't need to race out of her age group, and she gets back to set weights. Like yesterday, a horse like...
Your quaddies on punters, fascinating race, so many stories to come out of this, no doubt, particularly if the King's Horse Gilded Water can get the job done, and there's plenty of Sportsbet punters who think that will be the case. It is one-way traffic, particularly with our smart punters. Our sharps were all over him early in the week. He's been solid now.
Away they go, and from the centre stalls, Mark Twain jumped well and then petered out. Trav ridden aggressively to keep in touch in the early stages. Astrid lengths to Mark Twain, who's 3 wide. Further back is Grand Piero on the rails as they reach to Care to Lodge at the 1200 metres. The leader and favourite is 6 lengths in front at the 1200 metre marker. So Gilded Waters out now 7 lengths in front of Asterix. 3 lengths Sayadati, Sadaha, Berkshire Breeze. Well back Trav. Also in that group of horses is Fineo, and they were followed by Valiant King, Mr. Wolfgang and Berkeley Square. So Gilded Water approaching the home corner at the 650 is still 7 in front. Second is Asterix. Sayadati, Sadati is third. Then came Torrenzino, Burju by. Next in the field, Revelare, who hooks towards the middle of the course. Momona battles on only. Then Gran Piero, and back behind those horses, Berkshire Breeze. So at the 400 metres, it's been daring. Gilded Water, still 4 lengths in front. It's a long home straight. Torrenzino, the bolter, chasing Revelare. Here's Valiant King and Berkshire Breeze coming on. Gilded Water at the 200 metres, absolutely paddling. Valiant King is absolutely mowing it down. Valiant King moves up and takes the lead, and Valiant King is going to bolt in. Valiant King by almost 3, Torrenzino. Gilded Water flopped over the line in a photo for third with Berkeley Square. Then for no...
So a couple of things, Lizzie. Firstly, Gilded Water was enormous. He was pulling. Jamie couldn't hold him, as it turned out. He ran enormously. But this bloke ran 6th in the Caulfield Cup when he first came here in 2023. He's been in 2 Caulfield Cups in the top 10, and he ran in the Melbourne Cup last year and finished midfield. And Chris Waller's got himself another live chance.
He certainly does.
1,700 metres this race was run 20 lengths above average, so they were really humming compared to standard. And I think he did a really... Valiant King, a horse who has run in 2 Caulfield Cups. He ran in a Melbourne Cup. He's sort of been a horse that promised to do a lot so far in his career, but he hasn't delivered. Prior to that, he was a maiden winner in Isles.
To assess Richo, Eliana, the ATC Derby dominator, of course, she was very unlucky last time out. She faces up against her stablemate, Via Sistina, 10-time Group 1 winner. Then you have Sedelius, who was excellent in the Underwood. And what about this guy, Half Yours, on his way towards a Caulfield Cup, but he could take...
There's a few of them in this race as well. The champions at the top of the market in Via Sistina. She's drawn barrier 1, been pretty solid at that $2.60 quote today. The big move has come in the last half an hour or so for the number 7, Aliana. $4.60 into $3.90, the stablemate to knock her off. A little bit easy is the 3, Sir Delius, the favourite for the Melbourne Cup. He's out to $6.50. A little bit of...
By Antino. Then came Moira, Middle Earth, and Land Legend is last in the Turnbull. 1,400 metres to go, a steady tempo. Adelaide River is the leader. From Young Verta second, 1.5 lengths to Deacon. Sir Delius progressing around them wider. They were followed by Aliana, 5th on the rails from River of Stars as they continue. As they reach the 1,100 metres, Half Yours covers up the mare. They're 2 lengths to Moira, Middle Earth, and last is Land Legend. Adelaide River, 1,000 metres to go, leads the field in the Turnbull Stakes. From Young Verta second, 3/4 of a length away. They were followed in third by on the inside Deacon, and then came Antino, who continues that run. Sir Delius between them. Golden Part with the back to follow. Followed by along the inside Aliana. They were followed by River of Stars. Out deeper on the track, getting going is Via Sistina. Is now 3 and 4 deep, Via Sistina. They were followed by Zardozi, Half Yours, and well back Middle Earth. So it's Adelaide River. Came around the corner at the 450. Antino moves up on the outside under a hole. Deacon under pressure. Sir Delius trying to come on. Then Young Verta, Via Sistina and Aliana up the middle of the course. Antino at the 250 takes Adelaide River. Then Sir Delius staying on from Via Sistina. Antino below the 200. Sir Delius wearing it down. Sir Delius takes the lead from Antino, Via Sistina. Sir Delius, take note. The real deal. Sir Delius, 2 lengths Antino, Via Sistina, and then Half Yours Aliana. Deacon behind them, Adelaide River, Zardozi Moira. Further back in the field then was Middle Earth, Young Verta, River of Stars, Land Legend.
Well, we call it Moving Day, Lizzie. We call it Moving Day. And Moving Day, it really is. Just before I go to you, Lizzie, I want one quick comment from you, James. What did you see?
There's your Melbourne Cup favourite. There's no doubt about that. And he'll run, might get another one.
He was running in the Arc this time last year, wasn't he? And that's going to be run tomorrow. Moving Day, Lizzie, we feel like...
Doing it again.
Yeah, I had a good look at him in the yard yesterday. He's a beautiful-looking horse, Sir Delius. I think he's got a touch of Fiorente about him. So, yeah, he's looking good.
You would know. And could this race provide the three majors of the spring? Because coming out of this, we've got the favourites, a short price favourite for the Caulfield Cup, the Cox Plate and the Melbourne Cup. I thought it was intriguing the way this race...
And it made the race for him.
And what I'm taking out of the race, looking at it just now, looking at that screen, look at those sectionals down the bottom. Final 600, 33.6. Last 400, 22.69. Last 200, 11.76. This was a slowly run 2,000-metre race again. It wasn't as slow as what that type of level, and even when you're looking at a horse like Via Sistina, and I know the sort of aura of invincibility has sort of come off from her, but she hasn't been in a race where it's been a genuine test just yet. And what we saw from her last year in the middle of early October,
I'm going to see if Ollie can help.
One that will thrive on wet ground, but he proved yesterday that a firm track and a good 3 is not an obstacle for him. He's an exciting horse, and what a pickup for Tony and Calvin McAvoy. I think they paid $300,000 or $350,000 for him at a dispersal sale after Colin McKenna's passing, and they were looking to sort of downsize some of their team, and they picked him up and thought he may be a Ballarat Cup horse, and now they've got a live, not just a live chance, a genuine favourite in the Caulfield Cup. That was as good a run as you could hope for, off a moderate tempo, smashing to the line, looking now for the 1.5 miles. He's had a good run at Caulfield a couple of weeks ago. Jamie Mellum gets down in the weights. He's going to be very, very hard to beat.
I agree. I think he ran the last 200, the fastest of all horses in that race. Now, that is some Caulfield Cup trial. Ollie, and have a look at Half Yours, the way he closes off here. Black cap, black arms, just down the outside. The way he lengthens stride the last couple of hundred. Fastest last 200 in the race.
I think it was the quickest last 800, 600, 400, 200 of the race. So he's basically just been eased out early, slowly run.
Is War Machine. He profiles in a not dissimilar fashion to Private Eye, who won this in destructive fashion 3 years ago. War Machine here, off winning the Stradbroke.
He's the horse they have to beat here in the Gilgai, the dash down the straight. So this is a good go. The second last here, punters, Star Patrol. It's nice to see him trim up into $5. He was terrific.
The back of the field as they link onto the course proper at the 600. Willowdale, Bridal Waltz and Star Patrol together. Stapati over on the far side, followed by War Machine coiled up. Next in the field is Lafracar under the whip, Royal Insignia, followed by West Star. Star Patrol and Bridal Waltz together. 250 metres to go. War Machine on the outside under Hands and Heels is coming now. Bridal Waltz at the clock tower, but War Machine moves up on the outside, then Star Patrol. War Machine showing the persuader, and it explodes. War Machine came away and won it well. Bridal Waltz second, Star Patrol third, then Lafracar, Payline Royal Insignia, and next to finish Willowdale. They were followed by Watch Me Win, Stapati, Superazi, West.
The 60 kilos coming out of a Stradbroke. It had shades of Private Eye and what he did in the Gilgai 3 years ago about it. He had to go and do it. He's done it. The time will tell us a little bit.
Would want to take anywhere, and that is War Machine. What about this win? Absolutely truckloaded, and you were just sitting pretty, Ollie, from about...
Put him away so comfortably, and this is a horse that has now been with the Lindsay Park team for 5 starts. He's had 4 wins, and he was a tragedy beaten in the Hariba Stakes. He started favourite in his last 5 starts. He's won a Group 1 Stradbroke. You'd think there's going to be more Group 1s in store for him. Now, what's his best?
In on the top 3 in the market. So Woderton, he's $3.40 in from $4.20. Autumn Boy, his stablemate, wore the blinkers last start for the first time. Forget the Golden Rose, he just got too far back, and he's out to $4, but we're holding good money. But the best backed at the price is Navy Pilot, 13.7, $6.50. Top of the market, there's been a good shift here for the favourite now. Race 8, number 2. Woderton will be your market mover and heavily backed late, $3.40.
Cosmic a long way off the lure. West of Swindon to the side of the track. 800 metres to go in the Guineas. Just led from the outside, Hillier. 2 lengths Observer, Vinrock. 3 further back, Rivellino, Autumn Boy. A length and a quarter, Navy Pilot, Prestige Orlais, Planet Red, Romantic Encounter. Woden has 12 legs to pick up. 2 legs, Space Rider, Nepotism. And then a long gap in the field to High Vol and Stay Cosmic as they come around the home corner now. They've got 400 metres to go in the Guineas, and the front runner Western Swindon, followed by Hillier the outside. Next in the field, trying to angle for a run as Observer up on the inside as they reach the 250. It got really tight. Finrock's joining in. Autumn Boy down the outside from Navy Pilot. Here's Autumn Boy dropping on them. Planet Red from a long way back. Autumn Boy at the 100 metres. Planet Red trying hard, but it's Autumn Boy, a star in October. Autumn Boy 3/4 $3, Planet Red Observer. Gee, it got tight at the top of the straight. Vinrock behind those horses, then Navy Pilot, Rivellino Nepotism behind them.
A giant slice of history in the 145 years of the Caulfield Guineas for jockey Damien Lane and trainer Chris Waller. They won the race with Private Life last year. Trainers and jockeys to go back-to-back in the Caulfield Guineas previously. You've got to go back to Hugh Munro and Bertie Morrison in 1897 and 1898, and prior to that. And what about the performance of Observer, who had completely no luck at the top of the straight? He was at a stand.
To come out of this, once again, the Sydney form to the fore. Autumn Boy, barrier one, some people were worried it might have been a hindrance, but the way it played out, gents, it was probably the difference. It was a lovely ride. Autumn Boy got
Tropicus because he has been smashed. This is a go. This is a great go on Caulfield Guineas Day for the Scalacci into $2.70 now. He's drawn outside. He's going to come across and sit outside of your leader, Golden Boom. The only other runner that's...
Just shading them with Tropicus the centre and Golden Boom with the advantage of the rail. A length and a half to Devil Knight, Q-Man deeper, Neon sixth on the rails. A length Arabian Summer followed by Giga Kick and last Benedetta. Golden Boom with that natural speed drove up on the inside to lead Tropicus by a half, and Sursway stoked along 3 wide. Devil Knight behind them with Neons, both looking for runs. Q-Man wider, followed by Arabian Summer. Giga Kick comes to the outside, winding up. Tropicus takes the lead. It's Wayward, led by a length. Here's Giga Kick on the outside coming, and Neons is bursting through. Giga Kick moves up, takes the lead. It's been a while, but it's going to turn back the clock. Giga Kick a length and a quarter. Giga Kick wins it. Great win, scored by a length and a quarter, Tropicus, Neons, and then there's 3 of them for 4, Arabian Summer, Q-Man and Devil Knight from Benedetta.
Good for racing, you bet it is. He was something beaten fresh in a Goodwood back in May, and he might be back to some of his best, and all smiles for Clayton Douglas, one of the good guys of the sport. He's done such a tremendous job over the entire career of Giga Kick. It's been the searing light of expectation all the way along. He's got himself, of course, on sprints first, remembering, of course, he was runner-up to the great Bella Nipotina in an Everest, a race he won, of course, as a 3-year-old last year.
Through, Giga Kick moves up.
Oh, look at the big boy go. Giga Kick, how good was it to see him back? I love the reaction of Clayton Douglas. It was a little bit almost of Teddy Whitten there, like we stuck it right up him, because there were a lot of naysayers about Giga Kick. I'm kicking one.
So he heads, to a champion sprint, and then they're talking about the backup into...
It is an absolute clash for the ages. Our best, and by the way, our best are really, really good. We know that against this horse that everybody is saying is the fastest and the best sprinter in the world. To be ridden by a knot, it's Everest time, everybody. Stay where you are.
Ka Ying Rising!
He's dominated Hong Kong, and we're ready to show the world.
It's an E! And this is an incredible horse. He's won 13 consecutive races. He hasn't been beaten since January the 1st, 2024, and only twice as he...
Here's Bruce, and with 50% of the money invested here on Ka Ying Rising, it has been late one-way traffic for the Hong Kong champ. He's at $1.90 on our fixed odds and $1.40 on the tote. That Whirlpool tote starting to come into effect now. The money is piling, and they can't lay any of the local horses there. Jolie Star on the second line is second best backed, and she's pretty solid at that $6 quote. War Machine, who saw a great deal of support early in the week, open 14s, is now at 10. Jimmy Star just easing a fraction, 11 out to 12, the $15 quote. 26 Angel Capital, 41 Overpass in from 51. Magic Time has been 100.
Back to Jolly Star. They're followed then by Jimmy Star, is going forward from the wide draw. Briassa's got back in the field, followed then by Angel Capital, Jetabil and Magic Time. Marzu shows the way. Overpass sits on the outside. Ka Ying Rising 2 lengths away. Third is trucking along, and Jimmy keeps him company. Jimmy Star up on the outside, followed by Tempted, Lady Shenandoah, and Jolly Star gets great cover turning for home. Marzu in front from Overpass. Ka Ying Rising 2 lengths away. Then Jimmy Star clear from Tempted, Lady Shenandoah. Jolly Star down the outside. Overpass takes the lead by a length. Ka Ying Rising stoked up. Purton says, come on, boy. Show the Aussies what you've got. Ka Ying Rising moved up to Overpass. Clear from Jimmy Star. But Ka Ying Rising Rising. Champions do what others can't. He's the world's best sprinter, no doubt. Ka Ying Rising won the Everest. Second prize, Ka Ying Rising 2 lengths away. Then Jimmy Star, clear from Tempted, Lady Shenandoah. Jolly Star down the outside. Overpass takes the lead by a length. Ka Ying Rising stoked up. Purton says, come on, boy. Show the Aussies what you've got. Ka Ying Rising moved up to Overpass. Clear from Jimmy Star. But Ka Ying Rising, champions do what others can't. He's the world's best sprinter, no doubt. Ka Ying Rising won the Everest. Second prize, Tempted from Jimmy Star, Jolly Star. Then came Overpass, Angel Capital late. Further back, Lady Shenandoah, Warm Finish with Magic Time.
A crowning moment in your life, David?
I think so, my training career. It was a long way down that straight, but when he got over the rise and he hadn't used him, I thought they were going to have to be pretty good to beat him.
God, what a day, what a build-up, mate.
Oh, I'm so relieved, but when he saddled up calm, he had to really run below form, not to win today, but I couldn't say that. I couldn't be cocky, but I would have been so disappointed if he didn't win when he saddled up calm.
Just for Hong Kong racing?
Oh, I think it'll be wonderful. You know, he's been upsided. I can't wait to watch the replay. I just thought, is something coming or not? But I think he won
racing of Hong Kong, whereas I think a champ in Hong Kong is a champ worldwide, and we've seen that with Romantic Warrior. Now we see it with Ka Ying Rising. And I would...
Nervous energy, taking him through the routine, where for his first time away from Hong Kong, I think that really set the tone for him.
It was worth the wait. It was a long build-up for this horse to get to this race. It was, you know, a bit of colour and movement with the trial, and he's maybe carrying a bit of weight in the gallop last week. It had everything, but Ka Ying Rising delivered when it mattered. It was a brilliant race to watch. In the members at Caulfield, in front of the big screen there, you were like sardines in a can. It was absolutely heaving. And when he hit the front, it just went absolutely berserk. It was brilliant.
But you got out to even money in the end.
Brilliant.
But you got out to even money.
Slow up, and actually Ethan Brown showed a bit of initiative. He actually made a bit of a move, which is not like Jimmy Star, but the winner really controlled the race. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more pressure on him, and they never really took it to him, I thought.
Under the circumstances, Jimmy Star, I thought, was enormous. Tempted, obviously, running second was a brilliant run from a 3-year-old filly. But you mentioned Overpass. You know, a horse that is so good.
In the past.
And there's a good chance that Sir Delius may run in Sydney in the Five Diamonds. That was discussed today, so let's see what happens. Eagle will be bred. The King Charles, the third stakes, $5 million of prize money, and it has got a field that have collectively won over $70 million between them today.
He loves it here at Royal Randwick.
Ali, who's the favourite for the King Charles?
Well, it is Mr. Brightside now. He is our current favourite. So it's been all about Fangirl and Pride of Jenny during the week, but they've come late now for Mr. B, and he's our best-backed runner and our 420 favourite. So he has 30% of the overall hold. Fangirl easing 380 just out to easing 460 to 550. J-Wolf solid at the $10 quote. Pericles at 12 out from 10. Tom Kitten then heads the rest of them 23, 26 about within the law and 34 or more.
El Costello's out wide. Pierre right there, and now Pride of Jenny. She wasn't ideal out, but Jenny is starting to muster on the outside. Pericles and the white cap took a sit. Clear from Chayawuk, pretty handy. Further back to Tom Kitten. Lake Forest goes to third last from Fangirl, and Yellow Ball. It's taken a while, but Jenny's up there now, and Pride of Jenny moves to a narrow lead from Mr. Brightside going up on the outside. Then came El Costello, Royal Patronage, and dropping back to fifth now is within the law. Further back to Pierre from Pericles, Chayawolf, Tom Kitten. Lake Forest still back third last from Fangirl, and Yellow Brick the last one. 600 metres to go. Pride of Jenny shows the way. Mr. Brightside stalks the mare coming to the turn. Then Royal Patronage, El Costello. Pierre's pulling out. Further back to Chayawolf running on, and down the outside is Pericles into the straight. Pride of Jenny in front by a length to Mr. Brightside. Chayawolf goes up the inside. Pericles is running on the outside. He's coming with a great run. Pericles together with Pierre. Mr. Brightside's fighting hard, and then Chayawolf. There's four of them in it. Chayawolf the far side. Chayawolf in front. He's going to go back to back in the King Charles. Great win today. Chayawolf really bouncing back to beat a brave Mr. Brightside, and into the straight. Pride of Jenny in front by a length to Mr. Brightside. Chayawolf goes up the inside. Pericles is running on the the outside. He's coming with a great run, Pericles, together with Pierre. Mr. Brightside's fighting hard, and then Cheoff, there's 4 of them in it. Cheoff the far side, Cheoff in front. He's going to go back-to-back in the King Charles. Great win today, Cheoff really bouncing back to beat a brave Mr. Brightside and Pierre. Then Pericles, Pride of Jenny, Yellowbrook Fangirl.
Well, they went at a cracking pace. The big surprise was that Pride of Jenny didn't get that early lead, Katie, but when the pace was on, the blinkers come on, Joe Pride's pulled off a masterclass here.
Yeah, he sure has, and Chad rode him beautifully with the blinkers on. It was a funny run race because they didn't look like they went too hard the first 2 furlongs, and with the blinkers on today, Joe Pride's the best at doing that, and he's done it well back-to-back in the King Charles.
Well, they were all looking on. Joe Pride knew what he was doing. I thought this was a lovely ride too, Ollie.
Beautiful ride. About time they put the blinkers on this horse. I think he probably hadn't been putting into his best of ability, but there in a genuine one race, which he likes as well, you saw the best of him there with the blinkers on.
I think Joe Pride would love to see Pride of Jenny in any race that Cheoff's in, because when she's been there and put a genuine tempo on, this horse has really fired and run to his best. It's great to see him back.
Caulfield Sprint, one of the Group 2s. Matt from Sportsbet. Yeah, we're into the second half of the program now. Bruce, things are starting to heat up. It's another intriguing race with just a small field of runners. Zealously's been well supported, $3.30 into $2.90 from the Snowden camp. Arabian Summer is the best backed runner here with Sportsbet, $4
field. So it's Rich Dotty eventually leading outright, 5.50 out from Zealously, a half length off it. A length and a half Philosopher Sharippa, a length Arabian Summer. Then came Ray Magnerio, Nadal, and 2 further back as GG's Mistruth as they run around the corner. 350 metres to go. Rich Dotty by a length to Zealously. Then Philosopher running a race. Arabian Summer, Sharippa behind them. Ray Magnerio badly held up and Nadal out wide. Zealously went to the lead. 150 metres to go. Arabian Summer, Nadal, and Ray Magnerio's getting through. GG's Mistruth back to the inside. They hit it. Ray! Oh, he's a marvel. Ray Magnerio from GG's Mistruth. Followed next in the field by Zealously, Arabian Summer.
Great call there, Lizzie, from Matty Hill. He summed it up so well. We're seeing horses come from the clouds here today. Giant McNeil's got a live chance, I reckon, in the Caulfield Cup today, Lizzie, and that was just a super win.
And then you saw Gigi's Mistruth.
Loves hitting the line and
He was
chasing.
going to be looking something beat here, wasn't he? But fortunately, the gap opened up for him and he got through. But great win in the end. And he just loved this. He loves a good pace, 1,000, 1,100 metres. You know, he's very reliable, like you said, and it was a good win in the end.
Great to see GG's Mistruth too. The really good Tasmanian.
Can she overcome that? Maybe hoodoo of Caulfield. We've known about that for years, haven't we? Matt, let's go to you. What price is she on Sportsbet for the 1,000 guineas? Thanks, Bruce. Yeah, Apocalyptic, the Flight Stakes winner, is $1.80 with Sportsbet. The Sportsbet punters don't seem all that concerned about Caulfield for the first time. She's been really well supported, the best backed runner clearly in this race. Ole Dancer on the second line of betting is also the second best backed runner in the race, has been $6 into $5. Looks prime now for them.
So the favourite's the leader with 1,100 metres to go. Apocalyptic for the inform Mark Zara by a length and a quarter. Ole Dancer second. Get a good last. Apocalyptic at the 800 metres, wanting some peace here, and Ole Dancer, her outside, won't let her. Mating Call a length away third, followed by Get a Good Feeling for Rivia the centre. A length Ethereum Girl just losing ground at the 550 as they start to step it up now. Then Salty Pearl, Cherish Me, Karinska, Steel Trap, well back, Chateau Airs, and also Zany Girl. Apocalyptic the first to straight and 350 metres to go. Ole Dancer's full bore on the outside, throwing out a serious challenge, and they're together. Get a Good Feeling probing for a run up on the inside. Ole Dancer up to Apocalyptic, 200 metres to go, and they're toe for toe. Ole Dancer and Apocalyptic, who won't give in. Apocalyptic and Ole Dancer. Ole Dancer going home better and just wins. Ole Dancer from Apocalyptic, Get a Good Feeling third, a fantastic 1,000 guineas. Behind them, Salty Pearl, Mating Call, and for Cherish Me, Ethereum Girl. Next to Calendars.
Gee, what a great race again, Lizzie. Not the first great race at either Caulfield or Royal Randwick today. Blake Shin, a third Group 1 for the season. And Lizzie, that was just a ding-dong go between the best from Melbourne and the best from Sydney.
It certainly was, and the best from Melbourne ended up on top, and you could see that Ole Dancer was just worrying her out of it every stride, but the mighty filly in Apocalyptic did not want to lay down. You can see that they were...
They both went horse war down the straight.
Yeah, Yeah, it was a great race. Ole Dancer's getting a good draw really made the difference for her. She'd been drawing out.
I love it. It's the first big major of the spring.
The anticipation's there. With intriguing form. And for the jockeys, Katie, you've been there and done it.
Yeah, it's a cracking edition this year. Half yours. Well, he's trimming up now into $2.70. We wanted to see it. He's holding more money than any other runner on the books with Sportsbet. Royal Support.
He's now a $2.30 favourite, Half Yours, who's trained by the McAvoys, in from the opening quote of $2.60. All our sharp punters are all over him. They're also on the 16, 20 into 14, but it's all about Half Yours here. Bruce, $2.60 into $2.30. He's the one they've got to beat in the Sportsbet Caulfield Cup. Has been fascinating.
Set racing in the Caulfield Cup, and Royal Supremacy didn't jump well. Deacon began well. Half Yours moderately away. River of Stars began quickly with Adelaide River, Revelare. There's Banker's Choice from the deepers coming over. Banks a line of 4. They were followed by Deacon, steadily working across from an outside draw as Plymouth. Then came Vauban. Half Yours about 9th one off the fence. Maidan is 3 wide. Length away Absurd. Half Yours is just a shade beyond centre field. Maidan around the favourite. A length away in the field, Presage Nocturne as they reach the top of the course at the 1200 metres. Golden Snap as well back in the field. They were followed by Royal Supremacy, Land Legend as well back too, with Zardozi towards the back. Valiant King and Birdman last as Adelaide Rivers put the foot down. Off the back section now with 1100 metres to go and beyond, and Adelaide River has taken off and put 7 lengths on Banker's Choice, and they're 4 lengths in front of Plymouth. 2 further back Revelare, and then came along the inside River of Stars. A length away to Deacon as they run by the 750. Further back is Vauban, and they're 2 lengths in front of Absurd. Next on the inside, Maidan is next. Half Yours between horses, followed by Golden Snap, Land Legend, and then well back in the field is Birdman. So it's Adelaide River coming up towards the home corner with 600 metres to go and beyond, starting to paddle 3 or 4 lengths in front of Deacon giving chase now. They were followed by Banker's Choice. Under pressure, Plymouth River of Stars. Where's Half Yours? It's hooking towards the outside. Adelaide River as they reach the 250, coming back to them. A length River of Stars. Here's Half Yours on the outside. Half Yours chiming in. Half Yours from River of Stars. Presage Nocturne. Half Yours is drawing away. Half Yours, a famous win for Jamie Mallam and Team Mac. It is Half Yours from River of Stars. They were followed in front of Deacon giving chase now. They were followed by Banker's Choice. Under pressure, Plymouth River of Stars. Where's Half Yours? It's hooking towards the outside. Adelaide River as they reach the 250, coming back to them. A length River of Stars. Here's Half Yours on the outside. Half Yours chiming in. Half Yours from River of Stars. Presage Nocturne. Half Yours is drawing away. Half Yours, a famous win for Jamie Mallam and Team Mac. It is Half Yours from River of Stars. They were followed by fighting out third, Presage Nocturne and Valiant King. Next to finish in the race, Birdman in company with Royal Supremacy, Deacon.
What a moment for the McAvoys, Lizzie, for Tony and Calvin in partnership, father and son. And for Jamie, we talked, Lizzie, about the pressure on her and just how important it might be here. And she joins Michelle Payne as a major winner and the first female to win a Caulfield Cup. And Lizzie, it was a 10 out of 10 ride.
You said that the smile and the relief on her face as she edged towards the post. Not only that, this is a very special moment for the McAvoys and Jamie Carr, almost like a full circle moment for her career. And this...
He kept picking up.
Yeah, and this...
He kept picking up for her and responded late to hold off the challenger. First and second both come from that Turnbull form. It's the same form that's giving us all the favourites for the Cox Plate.
It is.
Fields of Omar. Half Yours has had a run every month since March, since making his stable debut after he was a $305,000 purchase in an online sale back in November last year. He's now a prize. Chris Waller fills the minors at huge prices with River of Stars and Valiant King, and Presage Nocturne's put in one of the better Melbourne Cup trials, steaming into fourth for Alessandro Botti. But the story is all half
like that with every horse. He's a special horse, and he's just thrived on the preparation, and he's got bigger and stronger and better. And the way he came into the paddock today, he looked like he'd arrived as a stayer. and then he went and did that today. So it's very exciting.
Your son and co-trainer Calvin.
He's thanks, mate. He's supported me and given me an opportunity in this great game. So.
Sorry, Chris. Do we have to ask Chris's permission for doing that on TV? No, but look, it means so much, doesn't it? I mean, that is raw emotion, and we work bloody hard in this game, and it's lovely when it comes off.
We'll back at you.
Coming back to them, a length River of Stars. Here's Half Yours on the outside. Half Yours chiming in. Half Yours from River of Stars. Presage Nocturne. Half Yours is drawing away. Half Yours, a famous win for Jamie Mallam and Team Mac. It is Half Yours from River of Stars. They were followed by Fighting Out third.
On a hot Caulfield Cup favourite. Like, this horse was so heavily backed in the last 10 minutes of betting on track. Everyone had off.
Overthink it and get in your own way. You just want to give the horse its chance to win, and she did.
12 horses have completed the Caulfield Melbourne Cup double. Half Yours is now as short as $3.50 in some markets for the Melbourne Cup. It's 400 with a bit of pace going in from halfway. He's a true stayer, as is Presage Nocturne. So the winner's going to be hard to beat if it goes on to a Melbourne Cup. Second, third and fourth also. Like that, if they get a genuine staying test at Flemington, they're all going to be right there. I thought...
Not this race, Bruce, over the past few years has been something else. Some great horses have won this race and then gone on to be superstar weight for age champions.
They sure have, Em.
Shangri-La Boy is your current favourite, Em, but only just an interesting betting race, particularly at the pointy end, because there has been support for Attica. So $3.80, $3.70, nothing between that pair. Attica has been the...
Southern Prince, she's a diva. Attica just creeping a little bit closer now, going into a three-wide position. Within the Law tries to improve. Queen of Clubs and Federalist is still the last one. 600 out, Tambaloa, a half in front to Shangri-La Boy. San Giovanni's hard at it. The Pearl still travelling well, going to third. They're followed by Officiate. On the inside of Crusader Void, Champagne Hero. Attica now pulls to the outside. Into the straight, Tambaloa, a narrow leader, but Shangri-La Boy is going after it strongly and quickly. Shangri-La Boy dashes to the front. The Pearl's running on fairly. Attica down the outside, 4 lengths away. Shangri-La Boy, a big leader inside the 150. Attica is bridging the gap quickly. Shangri-La Boy a length in front. Attica's going to make a last lunge. Attica, yes, got up, won the spring champion. Right on the wild, knocking off Shangri-La Boy. Then the Pearls from Southern Prince, Tambaloa. Queen of Clubs.
How happy do you reckon the hippo was there, Katie? Because he rode Shangri-La Boy last start. He'd already committed to Attica for this race. He probably wouldn't have ridden him. But what we've seen here, Katie, are two outstanding young horses. The winner's a bit special, I reckon.
I think he's very special because Shangri-La Boy had every possible chance there from Nasrewilla because they just...
Gee, it was strong in the end, Ollie.
It was a very strong win off a wide gate, making up super ground on the horse who had the perfect run. He looks a real Derby horse in the autumn for mine.
Yeah.
But I have heard that...
Please.
Steffi Magnetica well backed in the invitation, so the punter's siding with the top weight here. She does have a little bit of class, but the other horse that has attracted plenty of interest is Miss Rumbini, who is $6 into $3.40. So
600 to go. O'Diamond little length in front of Gerringong. Then came Gangster Granny a clear third. 2 lengths to over, riding from Manala. Miss Rumbini's been 3 wide from the start. And Bohemia between runners. Monty Supreme well back in the field there together with Steffi Magnetica. O'Diamond little at the 300. Being pressured now by Gerringong. Gangster Granny closing in. A length and a half to Manala. Steffi's unwinding with a good run on the outside. Gerringong a narrow leader from Gangster Granny. Gangster Granny, Gerringong, Steffi Magnetica swamping them wide out. Steffi, yes, she got there. Steffi Magnetica in the last few bounds beat Gerringong. I think Manal third from Gangster Granny. Bohemia late.
Well, she's the class, Katie. She's a Doncaster winner, Stradbroke winner. She'd had that slight setback after the Shirago. We talked about how well weighted she was. Gerringong was good, Gangster Granny was good.
A beauty, isn't she? And that takes her prize money to well over $7 million. What a horse she's been for her connections, as you say.
Have a look at her here, like a mile off them. But the money, as soon as the bookies went up, I think she opened $5 on track. She was into 480, she was into 460, she was into 440, she was into 420. They wanted her like nothing else. They tried Miss Rumbini as well, who was 3 wide and got a bit racy and a bit keen. Money for 2 horses in the race. The punters nailed it with Steffi Magnetica. We know she's a quality animal. Let's hope.
8 runners for the last time under the current configuration.
Could James McDonald do what only Huey Bowman's done in the past and win 4 in a row? He's in for Sportsbet.
Bruce, we know we're about to... Would we see a champion go back-to-back in one of our most famous races? Via Sistina, no surprises whatsoever. She's at the top of the market with Sportsbet. 2.15 we put up on Wednesday. She's out to 2.25 now, but she's still a clear favourite here. The Queenslander Antino, he looks spot on for his grand final. 3.60 out to $4.20. All late push here, Bruce. It's for Antino. He was $4.40 moments ago. He's $3.70 now with Sportsbet. He's your...
Ready, set and racing, and Via Sistina jumped away pretty well. Treasure the Moment over on the far side, beat them out from attrition. Light Infantry Man's using plenty of the track out past the centre, but is forging on out wide. At the judge, a lap to go. Treasure the Moment is to the back section, 1,200 to go. It's Ethan Brown and Light Infantry Man into a rhythm. 2.5 lengths to Treasure the Moment. 2 for the back is attrition. 2 lengths Nepotism. Then came the inside Aliana, who spots the speed about 7. A length away Via Sistina, followed by Buckaroo, and Antino is still last. So through halfway and beyond, 900 to go. It's Light Infantry Man, the front runner in the Cox Plate, by a length and a quarter. Treasure the Moment second. Now the runs are coming. Nepotism out 4 deep. Via Sistina 5 deep is coming now at the school for the final time at the 600. Aliana behind them. Attrition has got back to third last from Buckaroo and Antino. Light Infantry Man, 450 metres to go. Treasure the Moment gets a nose in front though. Nepotism going with her, and Via Sistina on the outside. 350 metres to go. Treasure the Moment kicked. A length Via Sistina, Nepotism. Buckaroo around the outside, then Attrition. Treasure the Moment around the turn. 200 metres to go. A length and a quarter in front. Via Sistina and Buckaroo wearing her down at the 100. Treasure the Moment. Via Sistina and Buckaroo. Via Sistina lifting. The Grand Old Valley's rocking. And Via Sistina's done it. Via Sistina. One more legend has been made. Treasure the Moment around the turn. 200 metres to go. A length and a quarter in front. Via Sistina and Buckaroo wearing her down at the 100. Treasure the Moment. Via Sistina and Buckaroo. Via Sistina lifting. The Grand Old Valley's rocking. And Via Sistina's done it. Via Sistina. One more legend has been made. Has beaten Buckaroo and Treasure the Moment. What a race. Behind those horses, Light Infantry Man, Aliana, Attrition, Antino and Nepotism.
Manny Hill has nailed it. It's the most extraordinary finish. It is the most extraordinary battle up the straight. An incredible champion. Horse and rider and trainer combined to win for the final time. The genius of Waller.
Of the Winx Odyssey in 2015, Chris Waller now has 6 Cox Plates between 2015 and 2025. As I bring in Damien Oliver.
Didn't fail to disappoint. It looked like Treasure the Moment had it on the turn. Looked like Via Sistina under pressure. I thought she was off, but she just, like a true champion, she just kept fighting on. And then Buckaroo launched at her late, and she just held him off.
Oliver, gents, I don't think I've been on a race course and experienced what occurred yesterday, from the build-up to the Cox Plate, the champion winning, and then the finale when they took everything they could find at the Valley home.
It was an amazing result and a fitting end as well to Moonee Valley as we know it, and the new era of Moonee Valley will be ushered in over the next couple of years. But as the...
Yesterday wasn't at his best. You can see Aliana a little bit held up there coming to the turn 2. She never got fully tested, so that was probably the little query of the race. I think she would have been amongst the place getters if she had seen clear running.
Amazingly too, Aliana, looking at the horses in the yard pre-race, her coat is still not there. Like, Antino had this beautiful gloss to him. Via Sistina looked like an oil painting. Aliana still looked like she was carrying a bit of winter. So, yeah, where she goes out of this race is fascinating.
Let's hear Matty Hill bring him home.
Down at the 100, Treasure the Moment, Via Sistina and Buckaroo, Via Sistina lifting, the Grand Old Valley's rocking, and Via Sistina's done it. Via Sistina, one more legend has been made, has beaten Buckaroo and Treasure the Moment. What a race. Behind those
What a race indeed. Perfectly captured again by Maddie Hill. She is just a tiger. She wouldn't let Buckaroo past. It was shades of the turn in the Cox Plate the last race. I thought it worked absolutely beautiful. Now, these are some of Sharky's mates who are just taking a little bit of memorabilia home after the last. Look at this.
Yeah, it got a little loose after the last yesterday. There were people trying to...
Because we're ready for the first Group 1 event of the day, the Coolmore Stud Stakes. This is the race that makes stallions of the future. It is
for the Coolmore Stud Stakes, the first of our Group 1s over 1,200 metres and 12 runners for us here today. We get it.
A big battle for favouritism between the Godolphin pair, but the market is really warming to 10 Tyrus here, now into $2.90, having been, or $4.20 on Wednesday. Bayvakt, open 320 favourite, now $3.60. Beedman, good support for Beedman. One customer had 9.
Side. Beedman led the division on the flat side by a length. Legacy Bound, Sky Glider and also Bayvakt. They were followed next by Raging Force, behind them Hidden Motive and also Jimmy Ricard. Towards the back, My Gladiola, with also 10 Tyrus and Tycoon Star. Run of the course proper in the Coolmore, 500 to go. Beedman just in front of Bayvakt, who's called upon nice and early. Legacy Bounders next, followed by Skyhook, Jimmy Ricard, Tycoon Star the outside. 10 Tyrus is starting to weave through. 200 to go across the track. 10 Tyrus explodes through for Zara. Took the front, draws clear from My Gladiola. 10 Tyrus is pounding away, and 10 Tyrus a spectacular win. My Gladiola second, third Legacy Bound. They were followed by Bayvakt. Skyhook is next, then Tycoons.
10 Tyrus, and yep, you guessed it, it's Mark Zara ahead of My Gladiola, Legacy Bound, and Bayvakt. And again, that man, Mark Zara, Michelle.
The bend, and it was a perfect ride by Mark, even though he was probably a little bit hemmed in away there. He needed the run, but when the run came there, he got there in plenty of time, and, you know, he went from being in an awkward position to be dominating the race really quickly.
You make a really good point with those on-speed horses, and Bayvakt was probably one of those. You saw as the pressure came on, he just got the wanders up a little bit, wanted to drift to his right slightly, and then he was...
Damask Rose, and there's good place money for Benadryl. What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on site. So Like a Lucy for Ali and Idle Flyer. Back late here for Gator.
Thank you, Lazura. So the leader is Pride of Jenny, as she loves to do towards the 1,000 marker, leading out by 4 or 5. Idle Flyer second, third, Abounding, a length and a quarter, Lazura. So through halfway, 800 metres to go, and Pride of Jenny has extended. She's about 9 or 10 lengths in front, approaching the corner. From Idle Flyer second, third, Abounding, then on display, Benadryl, Like a Lucy, is 16 at least off the lead. Back behind those horses, Fangirl, followed by Firestorm, Damask Rose, Splashback and Lazura. So Pride of Jenny looking to be the first multiple winner of the Empire Rose at the 400 metres. She's 8 lengths, 9 lengths in front of Like a Lucy on display. Abounding, battling on Benadryl and Fangirl. Pride of Jenny, 200 metres to go. She's getting a little bit weary, but she's still 6 or 7 lengths in front of Like a Lucy. Pride of Jenny, stand up and cheer. This is going to be a famous win. A multiple winner of the Empire Rose. Pride of Jenny, you are a beauty. Like a Lucy will run second. Splashback and Lazura. So Pride of Jenny looking to be the first multiple winner of the Empire Rose at the 400 metres. She's 8 lengths, 9 lengths in front of Like a Lucy on display. Abounding, battling on Benadryl and Fangirl. Pride of Jenny, 200 metres to go. She's getting a little bit weary, but she's still 6 or 7 lengths in front of Like a Lucy. Pride of Jenny, stand up and cheer. This is going to be a famous win. A multiple winner of the Empire Rose. Pride of Jenny, you are a beauty. Like a Lucy will run second. On display in a photo for third with Fangirl or Lazura Firestar. What a horse she is.
Well, there's the Pride of Jenny we know and love, and starting with a flurry and finishing it off, and simply brilliant. With Declan Bates aboard today. Kieran Maher, having a day as well here.
Enough left to fend them off late. But what is she? She's an 8-year-old now. That was her 42nd start. That was her 12th win. She gives her absolute absolute all. Wouldn't you love to own a horse?
Best strength is high cruising speed, running along and running time from the front. And if you're running that sort of time from the front, 134 and change, you're going to win a lot of races, and that's exactly what she's done.
And win the same Group 1 race on Derby Day, also winning this race in 2023. Poor old...
There is nothing more spectacular and exhilarating than a horse that gets out with a lead like Pride of Jenny.
Yeah, and she's...
I mean, you can't take anything away from her. I mean, that race there yesterday was a little bit of a lack of on-pace sort of runners, and some were critical of the jockeys' rides in the race, but there was nothing in that really race to go with her, and that's when she's at her best, when she can get a break on the field and it breaks the other horses' hearts trying to chase her, and then they just can't pick her up.
If there was any...
Very popular favourite. So historically, it says that the Russell Balding winner comes through the Tab Everest, hence why there's a domination of betting here. So Jimmy Star, $2.80, Briasa, $5.50, Lady Shenandoah, $6.50, and War Machine, a $7 chance.
750 metres, and the front runner is Marzu from a more victorious Coal Crusher out wide, followed by Golden Mile. With Your Blessing there on the rails, War Machine between them. Rothfire is the deepest, followed by Briasa. Lady Shenandoah moved up on the outside of Briasa, and Jimmy Star riding for luck on the fence. Into the straight, Marzu swings in front by 2 lengths now on a more victorious Coal Crusher, With Your Blessing. Jimmy Star angling away from the rails, looking for the run. Briasa's not in the hunt. Marzu leads at the 250. Here comes Jimmy. Jimmy Star moved up, took the lead away from Marzu, then Lady Shenandoah and Coal Crusher. Jimmy's clearing the Russell Balding. It's a big win for Jimmy Star. Wins it by 3 lengths. Lady Shenandoah best of the rest second, Marzu third. A gap to Coal Crusher, Private Eye and Strap.
No, but a good day to be a star sprinter, and Jimmy Star's just that. 4th up today. He won the All-Age Stakes 4th up in that incredible spring of his when he won an Oakley Plate. This was dominating today, Lizzie and Richo.
He's riding so well in Sydney, and he just, weaved his way through, and Jimmy was too good.
He's got a great turn of foot, this horse. It was the wettest track he'd been on, but no problems at all. The market told you the confidence was there around him. Lady Shenandoah back running a good race. Michael Ott tried one at 80 to 1.
Beaten Wondermare.
And Autumn Glow remains unbeaten.
This eagle.
Combination of the best of the 4-year-olds in Australia, led by this unbeaten one. We don't know her ceiling. Her name is Autumn Glow. We know that linebacker's really good. Of course, in Autumn Glow's camp is...
That we've seen in her 7 starts. So Winks, we see her at this is at the end of their 4-year-old spring, and where she's got to now. So Sunline, a lot more mature. Atlantic Jewel, exactly where she's at. And Winks, of course, a lot.
70, Bruce, $1.70. So the hype machine is in overdrive for this mare, and it does look completely justified. Unbeaten, picket fence, she looks the complete racehorse, and the punters have backed her with the exception of all other runners. So $2.20 open into $1.70, and cast your mind back a few weeks on the lights out. Well, I tell you what, that's what Tab headquarters will look like if Autumn Glow wins, because it is the biggest hold that Tab has seen in the past couple of decades. There's a lot of multi-rolls going into this horse. There's a lot of out
on the rails. Fully lit out wide with work to do. Going around the outside of Linebacker. Autumn Glow improves her position. Autumn Glow, she's going to park outside Linebacker. Then Punja Tower, midfield down on the fence. Further back then to Evaporate. Crystal Clear deeper out, a gap then to Depth of Character from Feroce. Mayfair's in a wide position as they travel to the turn from Medella. Lord Penman and Willie Do It is back last of all. Perfumist has the lead all on its own. Coming to the home turn, it's Perfumist out by a length and a half. Crystal Clear in the orange jacket second from Fully Lit. They're followed then by Seagulls 11 being roused along. Seapoles pulling out, and Autumn Glow now really being wound up by McDonald, and she's starting to hit the line. It's Perfumist, 300 to go. Quickly tackled by Autumn Glow. Seapoles trying to go with her. 2 further back to Evaporate running on. Autumn Glow just in front. Seapoles is trying to make a race of it, but now she opens up the shoulders. Autumn Glow got a length clear. We're looking at greatness. Another chapter in this stunning career. Autumn Glow wins the Golden Eagle from Seapoles. Then Evaporate, Depth of Character closing on. Punja Tower hitting the line, followed by Linebacker.
She is great. She's absolutely great. She did power away, Darren.
Certainly was, Bruce. That was an incredible performance from his horse. All he had to do was keep her out of trouble for as long as possible, and that's exactly what he was able to do. I thought for a moment...
Absolutely parched, and now she knows. And now James's mother on the right of Katie, and the two little darlings with them. Oh boy, it's priceless, isn't it? It's precious. It's golden. That's what it is.
We've seen her versatile in the run, perform on all different surfaces and at different distances.
Good question. Probably when last preparation, she wants good ground. Class got her through. Like this ground, they've put up a 7, but it's riding far heavier, softer than that. So for her...
Act in the Golden Eagle Autumn Glow. I just don't know where the bottom is with this horse, Ollie, because every time she's asked, she produces.
Yeah, she does, but she's been really well placed, I reckon, too. You know, hasn't really... I mean, she won the Epsom, of course, but she's been super well placed, and perfect ride by J-Mac too. He had the race in his grasp the whole way. He knew where his dangers were, and, you know, it was a nice win there, but a great run from Sleeples as well.
Oh, yeah. Well done. Interesting, especially with our Riffer, barrier 19.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I'm not that familiar with him. You know, with the wet track coming, he's going to have to carry his weight. Obviously, with the wet track, it'll make it a little bit harder, but he's talked up as Joseph O'Brien's best horse he's brought out, and he's won it twice, so it'll be interesting to see how he does cope carrying...
out here, so it is a serious test for Al Riffer. He's the best horse in the race, absolutely. That's why he's at the top of the handicap.
Great chance of going fourth. I'm going to back 3 horses to win the similar amount. River of Stars on top. I think she's...
Is Valiant King in your numbers?
Yes, it's the only time you'll ever get a top 4 out of me in any race. I hate them. Valiant King, I think, is his win at Flemington too.
I'm sticking with the Caulfield Cup form. I think we might get to see a horse complete the famous double. I can't see a reason why Half Yours can't win. I think that form...
Valiant King with Half Yours, Presage Nocturne. Valiant King's won the Melbourne Cup. Presage Nocturne, Half Yours, and Absurd has stayed on. Get to Melbourne, Willie has run fourth.
Outstanding work as always, Matty. I love it. Valiant.
Best backed overall is the Caulfield Cup winner, Half Yours. We're taking him on. He's 6 out to $8. Presage Nocturne, Valiant King also come through that Caulfield Cup. Vauban, Saddlecloth 4 has...
Pleased to see that Presage Nocturne looks an absolute picture, and I'm sticking with him.
There she goes, doubling down. The crush continues here.
With Cheska, Presage Nocturne has been a big firmer in the last 45 minutes and has assumed favouritism. With tab for the Lexus Melbourne Cup, $8.50 into $7 at the top of the betting. Half Yours, the Caulfield Cup winner, is best back still overall, and it's held $8 for much of the day. Al Riffer, having been 7 out to 9s, just back into $8.50. Valiant King.
Just in the Melbourne Cup, 1,400 metres to go, and Land Legend now took it up and has raced clear about 4 lengths in front to try and turn this into a staying contest. Land Legend 4 or 5 lengths the leader. From in second, Royal Supremacy, and they're 2.5 lengths in front of Changing of the Guard and also Smoke and Romans. 2 for the back, Goody Two Shoes, Arapaho as Land Legends now 8 or 9 lengths in front. River of Stars is about 7th, the inside of Torrenzino. A couple of lengths to Maidan, and then came Middle Earth as they reached the 1,000 marker. Next in the field, Valiant King a little wide from One Smooth Operator, and Half Yours, the favourite, is 25 off the leader. Then Buckaroo, Presage Nocturne, Vauban, Absurd, Athabascan, well back further, Chevalier Rose, Parchment Party, El Riffer, more Felons, and well back in the field towards the home corner. Flatten the Curve has got a lot to do. So it's Land Legend, 600 metres to go. A runaway leader, 6 or 7 lengths in front. From in second, Royal Supremacy. They were followed by Changing of the Guard, Arapaho under pressure, Goody Two Shoes presenting up the middle. They were followed by River of Stars, who battles on. Torrenzino and Middle Earth right down the outside. 300 metres to go. Goody Two Shoes for Ireland, led by a length and a quarter. Middle Earth, and Half Yours is getting through. Goody Two Shoes with Half Yours challenging at the clock tower. Half Yours takes the lead from Goody Two Shoes. Middle Earth, River of Stars. Half Yours is coming clear for JB Carr for the Cups double. Half Yours, the history maker, won the Lexus Melbourne Cup by 3 lengths. Half Yours the winner. Second, Goody Two Stars, who battles on. Torrenzino and Middle Earth right down the outside. 300 metres to go. Goody Two Shoes for Ireland, led by a length and a quarter. Middle Earth, and Half Yours is getting through. Goody Two Shoes with Half Yours challenging at the clock tower. Half Yours takes the lead from Goody Two Shoes. Middle Earth, River of Stars. Half Yours is coming clear for JB Carr for the Cups double. Half Yours, the history maker.
emerged. Third, Middle Earth and River of Stars, Torrenzino. Vauban behind those. Then came Absurdo.
Well, a decade on from Michelle Payne becoming the first female jockey to win the Melbourne Cup aboard Prince of Penzance. Her mate Jamie Mellom does it on Half Yours, and what a ride it was, Michelle.
Unbelievable. I've got tears in my eyes. It's just the most incredible feeling, and for Jamie, who deserves it, it couldn't be better.
Half Yours becomes the 13th horse to complete the Caulfield Cup, Melbourne Cup double, and 10 years after Jamie Carr becomes the first female jockey to complete the Caulfield Cup, Melbourne Cup double. She nearly lost her life on this track 2.5 years ago in a fall in Australian Guineas. And the man...
Australian trained horse, an Australian ridden horse, an Australian bred horse takes out the Lexus Melbourne Cup. What a shot that is of Jamie Mellom looking back over the shoulder, winning by a space, taking out the Caulfield Cup only 18 days ago, backing it up with...
The track, but nothing ever compares to this feeling right now I'm feeling. We've got Cole up there, who him and Janice bred this horse, done an incredible job with him, obviously.
What a joy, what a joy. This is our great race, and it's just so special to win it.
It's not half yours, it's all yours.
There's no handicap in regards to men and women. We all compete equally, and that's what makes it so special. So they're not good for a girl, they're good. They're at the top of their game. They beat everyone. Michelle did.
From a nice gate, it was a 10 out of 10 ride, wasn't it?
Yeah, she nailed it. You know, there was some great rides and some not-so-good rides in that race. She certainly nailed it under the conditions. The Aussie horse in the race too, Aussie-bred horse, so one for the locals.
The flow-on from that too, with St John standing.
Magnificent spring campaign from Sydney to Caulfield to Moonee Valley, and now to...
Like temperature is 5 degrees.
They're lying.
Confirmed.
Absolutely lying.
We've got the hot water. Short and sweet from you two, and let's get Francesca's pick of the yard.
Well, I found Giga Kick, and I am here with him. And I can say that he is a very strong, heavy individual.
With TAB customers is Giga Kick, but Jolly Star is still holding favouritism here, although 10 Tyrus went up favourite when markets first opened for the Daily Champion Sprint, but Jolly Star traded as short as $2.90, is now $3.20. 10 Tyrus is out to $3.50, still popular, just taking him on. Giga Kick, having opened $5, got into $4.40s, back to $4.60. Tropic...
We'll have it confirmed. A disappointed look on the face of Craig Williams as the horse is taken away. But it looks as though the second favourite is going to come out here of the Champions Sprint. We'll have it confirmed. It's been withdrawn. 3:51, 10 Tyrus, a late scratching out of the Champions Sprint of the field, and gradually the entire field coming up towards the outside fence at the 600 metres. Tropicus in front, 3/4. 2 in second, Jolly Star. Wider is Genevieve. Behind them, Flying for Fun, Cabela's. Then came Libertad, who's trying to stoke into the race. Giga Kick waited with Magic Time behind them, and Benedetta trying to wind up. It's the widest of all as they reach the 250. Jolly Star lets down. Magic Time and Giga Kick coming through. Libertad scrapping away, and Benedetta the outside of the clock tower, taking the lead. Magic Time with Giga Kick. Magic Time and Giga Kick. Magic Time draws ahead in front. Giga Kick won't give in. Digs in for the fight and wins. Giga Kick has won it. Zara again. Magic Time second. Jolly Star. They reach the 250. Jolly Star lets down. Magic Time and Giga Kick coming through. Libertad scrapping away, and Benedetta the outside of the clock tower, taking the lead. Magic Time with Giga Kick. Magic Time and Giga Kick. Magic Time draws ahead in front. Giga Kick won't give in. Digs in for the fight and wins. Giga Kick has won it. Zara again. Magic Time second. Jolly Star third, and then came Libertad. Benedetta. Tropicus Flying for Fun. Behind those horses, Cabell.
Giga Kick producing on the big stage. We send Francesca Camani back out into the yard and back to find a winner.
Yeah, but I tell you what, the crowd here was going absolutely nuts in that final stages of this fight. Jolly Star there in third, but the old boy managed to really rally and get his nose down on the line where it mattered.
I'm so pleased for Clayton Douglas. This horse means the world to him. He had quite a...
For the carnival. Yeah, it's... he's a champ, this horse. I love him, and it's actually my first Melbourne Group 1, which is really special as well. And It was a great ride, and what a ding-dong battle it was.
Is that Clayton Douglas celebrating the win of Giga Kick yesterday. I haven't seen him ride one out like that since gold medals in the Grand Annual a few years ago.
It looked like Magic Time had his measure here, but Giga Kick dug in late and managed to just get his head down right on the line there.
For all the aversion to racing Jolly Star on wet tracks, she's run really well. Libertad with a strong rider, Tom Marquand on board. He likes a wet track. We saw that in Queensland during the winter. He's probably run the best race of his career.
Yeah, she had
At race 7, it's the second of our 3 Group 1s in a row. It is a class field. The Lexus Champions Mile, and Ali, of course.
Well, Mr. B, Mr. Brightside, since the scratching of Like a Lucy, has been 320 into 290, clearly best backed for the Lexus Champions Mile. Prior to Jenny, just been 440 back to 460. Treasure the Moment is popular though, 550 into 5. Show Wolf's just out half a point with that Sydney form, 5 to 550. Steffi
by Chow Wolf in 4th place. 2 for the backer, Steffi Magnetica. They were followed well back in the field as they come towards the halfway marker at the 850 metres by Pericles, and then came Lake Forest, Von Horgens to party. So it's Pride of Jenny, 4 lengths, Treasure the Moment, a similar gap, Mr. Brightside dug up already. Then Chow Wolf as Pride of Jenny is spreading them here. Coming around the home corner, the 600 metres. Pride of Jenny stuck to the fence. Treasure the Moment. Lane brings her to the middle of the course, and then came Mr. Brightside, 4 lengths off them from Chow Wolf, Steffi Magnetica, and back behind them Pericles. Pride of Jenny hard up against the fence, and Treasure the Moment there together. 300 metres to go. It is stamina sapping. Then came Chow Wolf joining in, and Pericles under the arches. Pericles takes the lead at the 200 metres, going with it Chow Wolf. Pericles at the 100. Chow Wolf won't give in. Pericles, Chow Wolf coming back. Chow Wolf off the canvas, and Pericles, Chow Wolf. Chow Wolf or Pericles in a photo. It's going to... Then came Chow Wolf joining in, and Pericles under the arches. Pericles takes the lead at the 200 metres, going with it Chow Wolf. Pericles at the 100. Chow Wolf won't give in. Pericles, Chow Wolf coming back. Chow Wolf off the canvas, and Pericles, Chow Wolf. Chow Wolf or Pericles in a photo. It's going to be a photo finish, and they were followed by Steffi Magnetica. Back behind those horses then was Treasure the Moment in company with Mr.
And pick it with your naked eyes. We have a look at the slow-mo. And inside, look out. Chow Wolf, simply brilliant. What a ride, Chad Schofield. And that
to come back and win his 4th Group 1.
Very gutsy. He jumped really well today, and he took the most of that good jump and put him in a more forward position.
I've thought for a long time he's the best horse I've trained, and just with these last 2 wins, he's certainly cemented his spot there. Great work.
At the horse now. Chow Wolf, his 4 Group 1s have all come in races with pressure. Yep. 3 of them had Pride of Jenny in it, and the other one was a big field Epsom that had good tempo. So he clearly thrives with good tempo, consistent tempo. That's where I'm in at the right time and fight, as he does here when Pericles probably gets a quarter of a length in front of him. Well, he's got some bulldog about him, this horse. And I think he was maligned early in the spring in these sit sprint races where he wasn't winning at short odds. He certainly had the last laugh, as has Joe Pride.
Cracking finish. Cracking finish. We're on a heavy track ball here, and you can see the distance.
Is heading as well as we have a look at the field here for the TAB Champions Stakes. 2,000 metres to be covered, and of course, as we aboard 12 months ago. And well, with these conditions, the track, it is a heavy 9. The rain's still coming down. Feels weirdly.
Well, the market's saying Pier is the danger, but Via Sistina traded her longest price of $1.80 just a short while ago, just back into $1.75. Was as short as $1.55. Still clearly best backed, of course, but Pier has been 13 into $8. Tom Kitten opened $7.50. What about Zambardo? Benchmark 78 to a Group 1, 31 into $11. Lighting
the back of Pier, then Point King. Next is Kovalika. Via Sistina is now 3 back on that 3 wide train on the back of Tom Kitten, just starting about getting motivated. Further back, Light Infantry Man and Benagil is at the tail of the field. So they have reached the 800 metres now. And the leader is Alan Kerr, just in front from Pier. Then 2 lengths, Zambardo, Golden Path. Next, Tom Kitten. Via Sistina is just starting to get closer with Light Infantry Man. They're not that far off the lead now, about 3 or 4 lengths as they run around the corner. They come to the middle of the course. So it's Alan Kerr from Pier. Zambardo back to the inside. Tom Kitten. Via Sistina getting nice and close for James McDonald now on the outside at the 300 metres. Here comes the star, Via Sistina. She lets down from Tom Kitten, Pier and Zambardo. 200 to go. Via Sistina. 2 legs. Zambardo running a race from Pier and Tom Kitten. Via Sistina. 100 metres to go. She's got the class and she's got the legs, the stamina to win. Another star turn from Via Sistina, 3 legs. Zambardo, Tom Kitten, Pier, then Light Infantry Man. Attrition point.
What a privilege to witness such greatness in this sport. Via Sistina, James McDonald, Chris Waller, the combination gator.
Who goes back-to-back, 2 springs in a row, Cox Plate Champion Stakes. She is without peer, and what a way for Chris Waller.
Okay, if she's and passes the mighty Mr. Brightside on the prize money rank and 11th Group 1, amazing stuff.
All right, let's.
Yes, you're right. Superstars like this, it's always a pleasure, but it was basically a copy and paste from last year. Sit back and let her rip.
Yeah, they did all the work. That's
J-Mac's quote post-race, he said, "I'm just going to ride her like Huey used to ride Winks. Best horse in the race, give her fresh air, Ollie," and it was end of story.
Yeah, well, she was a standout horse in the race, wasn't she? And, you know, she just...
The horse that the punters wanted to back away from the favourite was Zambardo, coming out of benchmark grade racing, where, sure, he's looked impressive, but thrown into the deep end here by Mick Price and Michael Kent Jr., obviously with belief that they've got it. My Lord, he's run out of his skin. Look, they forgo...
And that's her 12th Group 1 now, Via, her 11th in Australia, 50th for the combination of J-Mac and Waller as well. 2 Cox Plates. It's hard to compare horses from different eras, but she's a bona fide champion, Ollie, now, when we look back on the superstars of our racing.
Yeah, she is. But, I mean, it shows that we've probably got a...
They need the stars, and they need the stars to perform. And after taking the shorts yesterday, have a listen to this. It is like watching a soccer game over in the UK, over in England. That is just magic. And they are the generation, the next gen. And I think the dial has most definitely turned this spring carnival. Fisher probably bought a lot of them in Karaka. But have a look at Well Written, winning the 1,000 guineas here. Half was purchased by Yulong. They can find one that they think is good. Makes it 3 out of 3. But look at this turn of foot, Sharky.
Well, they're collectors now, aren't they? Not only of good quality mares and Group 1 performers, but of the best written tycoon stock they can get. And when she popped out into the run, she took herself into that race. The turn of foot was immediate, eased down over the line. Yeah, she's something special. Unbeaten so far. Really excited to see where she goes next, not only in New Zealand, but ultimately in Australia.
Trained by Stephen Marsh, and I believe part of the deal with Yulong was that he retains the training throughout its career, which
into the first leg of the quaddie. This is the Sandown Guineas, and the best back runner on the sports bet books all day is She's an Alibi. Terrific winning with the blinkers on over 7 furlongs last start.
3/4 of a length, Sentu Cavati. She's an Alibi, poised. 1.5 lengths away, third the inside as they start to quicken now. Then Sulek. Mataga peels 3 deep. Sulek flushed out ahead of it. Then came Callio, Burma Star, Loren, Call Da Vinci, and 2 lengths Tagline. Up around the corner at the 400. It's Top Rule Reward sent to Cavati. Sulek about to make a line of 3, and there's a run for She's a Alibi. Right up on the inside at the 250. She's a Alibi slipped through and with acceleration put up 2 or 3 lengths in front. She's a Alibi with 100 to go. It's over. She's 4 lengths in front. She's 5 lengths in front, and She's a Alibi made a mess of them. 6 lengths at least. Tag line up for second. Top Reward third from Callio. Then Cool Da Vinci.
Well, can she continue the phenomenal run that Peter Moody, now in training partnership with Catherine Coleman, has had with his mighty mares across his incredible training career?
Or that stands as the final crescendo of Victoria's spring Group 1 season. A race steeped in history and heart.
Short. Jimmy Star, Ethan Brown in the saddle. Away we go. $1.75. Angel Capital arguably should be undefeated at this track and trip. He missed in the Sir Rupert Clarke. His 2 wins prior to that sensational. $3.20. You're getting a sneaky.
800 metres to go. The leader is Evaporate by a length and a quarter. Tried to dial it down a little from Vinrock second, third Mighty Ulysses, fourth Bazasto. Pinstripe, Jimmy Star and Angel Capital has the back of the favourite. 600 metres to go. Third favourite Evaporate. 3/4 of a length, now a half length to Vinrock, who's stoked up on the outside. 2 lengths Bazasto. Jimmy Star's getting going. 3 or 4 off the lead now. Mighty Ulysses battles on, and then Angel Capital brought to the outside. Evaporate. 300 metres to go. Kick 2 lengths Vinrock. Here's Jimmy Star and Angel Capital running on. It's the race we wanted. 200 to go. Evaporate with Jimmy Star joining it and heading it. Then Angel Capital. Jimmy Star. 100 metres to go. A length and a quarter Angel Capital. Jimmy's too good. Jimmy Star a length. Second Angel Capital. Third Evaporate. Fourth Pinstripe. Then Bazasto. Vinrock in a gap Mighty Ulysses. Last of all.
It was just the race we wanted in so many ways, wasn't it? Ethan Brown's ridden an absolute peach. So did Ben, and so did Jamie. She set the race up. Lizzie, no excuses. The absolute best horse won on the day. He is everything a star. I thought second...
He establishes up nicely, and you know when he lets down, it's going to be pronounced. And Angel Capital sort of had his back, tagged him into the race, got upsides, what you say there, 3/4. But when Jimmy kicks into gear, he does drop him and leave him behind. Maybe it's a maturity thing with Angel Capital, and we'll see more development as we get further into this season. But at the moment, Jimmy's got his measure.
For the first of our full-on dress rehearsals here this afternoon for HKIR, which is 3 weeks away today. We've got the Jockey Club Sprint, and the favourite is the world's best sprinter at 1-1, the Everest winner, Kaying Rising, the Hong Kong Horse of the Year. And they're racing. And it was a good line away. Kaying Rising being sent forward. So too Beauty Waves and Wunderbar. Then came Tomodachi Kokoro from Fast Network and Helios Express as Beauty Waves up front keeps the lead, and Kaying Rising sits outside him. Beauty Waves past the 800 metre mark. Leads a length and a half. Kaying Rising, who's dropped in. 2 lengths away, third Wunderbar from Fast Network and Tomodachi Kokoro. Next, Helios Express from Raging Blizzard. Wide as Lucky, Swain Estevano and Lucky with Yous. Last of all, 500 to go. Beauty Waves is the leader. There's a huge shadow casting up on his outside, and he just left him like he was tied to the rail. Kaying Rising, 300 metres to go. Put 3 lengths on Fast Network. Wunderbar, and then Tomodachi Kokoro, 200 metres to go. Kaying Rising is 5 in front over Fast Network. You thought he was good before the Everest. He climbed Everest, and he's better than ever. Kaying Rising beat home Fast Network, and third's a photo. Helios Express, Lucky Swain S, Raging Blizzard. That's the stuff nightmares are made of for other horses, trainers and jockeys. That was scary, scary good. 1-1. We've seen him put horses away easily before, but he had them beaten 300 metres out.
And he's ultra relaxed.
7 and... Telling us is that Overpass is going to be awfully hard to beat in the feature race this afternoon. Clearly, the punters want to be with this visitor from the East Coast. It's arrived in really good order.
In the Winterbottom, Oscar's Fortune overpass from the inside, the first to leave. Par's going to get on his outside. Benedetta rope them in, going forward, trying to loop the field here as they quicken, followed by Luana is taking off wide. Ray Magnerio looking for the shortest way home at the top of the straight now. Par gives over past his head. He races away from Oscar's Fortune, followed further back behind them. Repossession, rope them in. Libertad's getting up on the inside, over past the leader. 100 from home. Libertad coming at it. Libertad overpass Libertad. Ray Magnerio, they went to it. What a finish! Bombing finish. Maybe Libertad. Maybe it's Libertad, a nose overpass. Ray Magnerio, Oscar's Fortune, Luana missed. Joe
in the railway. Photos all round. Libertad charging at overpass late. Wowee. Wasn't quite the race they expected, but it is going to go down to the wire. Well, it has gone down to the... And Libertad's got it. Wow, that's a blowout. That's a blowout. Well done, Jamie Mott, Annabelle Neesham and Rob Archibald. Well done, Motty. Goes to W Story.
The winner of 7 from 15, the real progressive horse on the rise. Since he's gone to Michael Grantham, he's had 5 starts. He's won 3 of those, and in the other 2, there are plenty of... And the Faritha.
Yeah, the Northerly. Pretty much every runner has had some level of support. A stack of money for King of Light in recent days. He is by far the worst result on the book, but I can tell you that Western Empire has been heavily commissioned today.
In a strung-out affair in the Northerly. 1,000 metres to go, and the leader, Osipenko, had crossed them comfortably, led the way and led them running second. Western Empire over on the outside, going up there next of all. Diamond Scene occupies third spot, but just a little wide. Then Zip Away fourth, getting a gun run in good order. Fifth being followed over on the outside. Depth of Character Handy. Then Admiration Express, the grey mare, down on the inside of Cosmic Crusader. The 3-year-old King of Light is next of all. He's outside of Watch Me Rock. Hemlock Stone, the rail, followed further back on the fence. Ginger Baker calling it a day. Sentimental Hero. Vivier coming around the outside. Well back, Pure Excess, and last of all, Apulia. Osipenko at the 400 led them for home over Western Empire. Depth of Characters there. Also around the outside, Cosmic Crusader. Let's go. He's coming with his run. King of Light under heavy pressure back in the field. Cosmic Crusader reached the lead. Here's Watch Me Rock. He's coming out after Cosmic Crusader. Cosmic Crusader, Watch Me Rock. The railway winner cutting him down. Watch Me Rock, Cosmic Crusader. Who'll get the bob of the heads? Cosmic Crusader. Cosmic Crusader has won the Northerly a half ahead. Watch Me Rock. 3 lengths away, Admiration Express. Western Empire offers his first ever defeat. Apulia Never Likely, Pure Excess well back, and they're amongst the last of them home in the Northerly of 25. A great battle. Cosmic Crusader, ridden by Clint Johnston Porter, gives Michael Grantham his first Group 1 winner. Cosmic Crusader pulled up pretty quickly in the run on. It's 11-3-1. 11-3-1 and 2.
Over at Ascot, it is the $1.5 million Gold Rush. Let's join the team from Perth.
Ability, so much X.
Magnerio has been one of the best backed runners of the day. $8.50 into 5, now out to $5.50. There was a lot of support for Rope Them In. $8
back there in company as well with Rope Them In as they go to the 600-metre mark. Further back, Bustler, Cosmic Crusader about to get going around the outside for Johnston Porter. Magnificent Dandy found his toe ball, and Western Empire's going to have to come from last to go back to back. Overpass gave them the slip. They turn for home now. Overpass shot away from Aztec Ruler. Here comes Ray Magnerio, the Victorian, setting out after the Sydney Cider. Super Smink, Cosmic Crusader in behind them. Oscar's Fortune overpass the leader still. Ray Magnerio taking ground off him now. Ray Magnerio goes to overpass. Cosmic Crusader lunging at them. Ray Magnerio delivers the knockout blow to win the Gold Rush from Cosmic Crusader overpass. Behind them close up, Oscar's Fortune, Super Smink from last, Western. Robbie Griffiths from Victoria takes out the Gold Rush. Ray Magnerio. There's Robbie Griffiths. A big moment for Robbie coming back to WA.
Runners are in the mounting yard here, including here.
In Hong Kong sprints. Yeah, we'll get it right this time. Money back, Kang Rising for a win and a place. Satano Rav at 26, 55 Lucky Sweynesse.
He aims for 16 in a row, Kah Ying Rising. Carden backs away. Can he make it 16 in a row? Kah Ying Rising, they're racing. He was beaten out by Wunderbar, but he's too fast off the inside. Carden at the Oisin Murphy's lost his irons at the start. It's Kah Ying Rising, 4:50 to go on the sprint. Zach brings him 3 off the rail, and he has them all chasing. 3 lengths over Fast Network. Win Carnelian, then came Helios Express. It's Kah Ying Rising. The crowd lifts, 2:50 to go. He's 3 lengths on Fast Network. And then came Helios Express. This is what we came to see. 16 in a row. The world's best sprinter. He is just unbeatable. Kah Ying Rising has won the Longines Hong Kong Sprint for fun. What a horse. What a win. Kah Ying Rising. He's getting better and better. The man that can tell us how much better he is getting.
Had some money as well coming and back. There's the connections. Peter Law, they've travelled this horse. He's been to Australia, won the Cox Plate, of course. He's been to Saudi Arabia. He's been to Dubai.
Exception, Tom. The Longines Hong Kong Cup. Racing. He was first out, Romantic Warrior. Cheng Glory ridden, getting a little closer now. He's a length and a quarter away. Romantic Warrior sits quietly third. Then came Bellagio Opera. Rusham Park wide out. Straight Aaron takes the rail, and Kissy Sana last in a bunch field. Galen leads. There's blue and white appearing, and that blue and white is Romantic Warrior. He moved up to take the lead off Galen. Cheng Glory's on the inside. Then Straight Aaron and Bellagio Opera. 2:20 to go. It's Romantic Warrior. 3 in front of Bellagio Opera. Cheng Glory. The leader, though, is Romantic Warrior. He's 3 in front. Bellagio Opera. It's history. It's cup number 4. The Warrior. In name, Warrior in nature. Romantic Warrior beat home Bellagio Opera and Kissy Sana. Oh, he's a megastar. 1.1 and 1. James McDonald and Danny Shum makes it 4 Longines Hong Kong Cups, beating 2 Bellagio up. If you wanted to script a race that James McDonald could have had, surely that was it. He did no work to get anywhere. And then they took off. He manoeuvred up. He'll move on, looking for another rumble in the desert against Forever Young. 2 runs back. If you wanted to script a race that James McDonald could have had, surely that was it. He did no work to get anywhere. And then they took off. He manoeuvred up. He'll move on, looking for another rumble in the desert against Forever Young. 2 runs back.